mysteries. Bottlenose freaks, short beaks in the night. Humpback shadows, pygmies out of sight. All the dolphins, you know it's true. Rolling deep in the ocean blue. Stripes and spots, they rule the tide. Water dogs of the deep, they don't hide. In the river's grip, seas endless bounty. Ruling the waves, dolphin Illuminati. Praised by Romans, gods to the Greeks. Underwater rulers, the power peaks. In ocean depths, there counts to 6. Dolphins in the dark, never calling it quits. Striped and spotted in the sea's domain. Aquatic dogs in their own insane lane. Through rivers they ride, seas they roam. In the ocean depths, they make their home.
Well, I talk about insanity, which is what's going on in your mind, and outside, which is where you communicate with those outside. As you know, if you give too much of your insanity, they'll lock you up. I tried giving as much as I could. They locked me up. They published it and paid me.
Illuminati, deep, deep, deep in the deep they creep. It's that dolphin. Illuminati in the rivers and the seas, they be a constant mystery. It's that dolphin. Illuminati, it's that dolphin. Illuminati, deep, deep, deep in the deep they creep. It's that dolphin. Illuminati in the rivers and the seas, they be a constant mystery. It's that dolphin. Illuminati, it's that dolphin. Illuminati.
I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Know too much, get left in a ditch. CIA scratches if Clinton's getting itch. Yeah, I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Suit and tie, but I move like a glitch. Eyes wide shut, still dodging the snitch. Laptop missing, emails encrypted. Truth so loud, the mainstream clipped it. Flash drive full, got that dead man code, but I keep it cold like a heart on the road. DC nights where the back door's cracked. One wrong file and you never come back. I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Wiki leaking out your dome into a ditch. You wish the simulation had a glitch. You wanna be rich, but not so rich. But not so rich. G-man lurking by the food truck line. Whispers in the Wi-Fi trailing mine. Check my 6 when I speak that facts. They erase folks cleaner than income tax. No chain, no fame, just VPNs. Tryna buy a truth in a world full of friends who smile like masks in a masquerade, but flip the switch like a deep state blade. I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Know too much, get left in a ditch. CIA scratches if Clinton's getting itch. Yeah, I wanna be rich, but not so rich. They say the truth will set you free, but what if it just sets you up? Tryna whistle blow, you better know you might not ever blow back up. I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Wiki leaking out your dome into a ditch. You wish the simulation had a glitch. You wanna be rich, but not so rich. But not so rich. Tell my mama I ain't suicidal, but they tap phones like a new revival. USB full of names in bold. One email could get me cold. I ain't cute, but I see the plan. When the talking points match the van. In the land of the free, you pay the price for crossing line with too much light. I wanna be rich, but not so rich. Know too much, get left in a ditch. CIA scratches if Clinton's getting itch. Yeah, I wanna be rich.
Can't you say save us? Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, misfits, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, misfits, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys.
Big ups, and welcome back finally to another episode of Secret Society of Good Guys. If you are here and you made it this far, we are live. So if you feel like doing all the things to do to help in the algorithm to let everyone know we are live. Other than that, before I geek out on the audience that we haven't seen in a while, I haven't seen you guys in a while. Hi.
I think we should tell everyone why we were gone for so long too, right? There weren't enough super chats in the last show, and we were like, we're just gonna take a month off.
We couldn't afford it.
We
Honestly.
felt unappreciated.
Unappreciated. So we took a month off. Maybe you'll appreciate it more now.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if that's really why we take off?
We're holding the audience for ransom.
Yeah, totally. How are you guys? I miss your faces. I miss
Better
all
now.
of you.
Finally, better.
Better. Everybody did have a little like trips and things, and now that you're back from those things and you're not worried about some of these freaks showing up on your trips. How was it? Did you go anywhere fun? Did you do anything fun? Thomas?
Did I do
Abbie?
anything?
Yeah, everybody
you
was
gotta
out of
start-
town. Literally, the reason we didn't Good Guy is at least it was like one person was out of town and one person was under the weather every single week. It was like both things were happening, or two people were out of town at the same time, or it was. It's been a month. It's been a Scorpio season.
Have we not done a show since I went to Yellowstone?
No,
Mm-mm.
Really? Oh, wow. So it's been like
it was
a
right
month.
before you went to Yellowstone. Yeah.
Yeah, we've
No,
been
what
on
the hell have we
hiatus.
been doing with ourselves?
I think we all
That-
needed the break.
That was me. I did a week-long trip to Yellowstone, went hiking, saw all the animals, got like a couple feet away from a buffalo. Not
Dope.
intentionally. Like, they came to me. I didn't go to them.
What in your conspiracy? Did you at all in Yellowstone have conspiracy brained stuff while you were there?
My biggest thing was because I'm there during the shutdown, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, are the parks going to be open? They're going to be closed." Now you just drive right through the place where you usually would stop, and they would check you, and like all the concerns about, oh, what if I go beyond this little marker that says "Do not go, bear sighting, people have died." Like, no one can stop you from just doing whatever you want. In fact, there was a whole news article about all the different crimes people were doing in public parks, and the fact that the government was shut down meant there was like no one around to catch them doing any of that. And I just thought, what a great situation. Like, I hope the government never opens back up again.
Isn't that so funny that we were all under the impression that we were going to lose access to the land that was ours, but really
You
the
don't have to
employee
pay.
being there stopping us from getting in was just not there. Oh, that's awesome.
So that was, I guess that was as conspiratorial as I got, but mostly the other was just disconnecting from the cloud almost entirely.
Look at Johnny knows how to keep it up.
That's what's
All
up,
right, we
John.
might come back
Yeah.
next week. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll do something tricky on a pole if you keep going. It wouldn't be even that interesting. Like it's not anything they think it's gonna be. It's like, huh, I didn't even see her do it. Like what's that called in the Olympics where they run with the pole and hop over something?
Pole vaulting?
Yeah, that look, it was an easier name than I thought.
I totally want to do that too.
I went to Vegas and I went to Oregon since we've all hung out, and I always have conspiracy mind. And the entire time I was in Vegas, about every single aspect of Vegas, it just made me feel not like just like Russian doll, like sim within a sim within a sim within a sim. It also, I'm like, this is kind of what like the UAE is on a smaller scale. Like this is the Emirates on a smaller scale. They're like, what would happen if we got trapped here? We'll just bring everything here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought Vegas was definitely an interesting
Vegas
place.
gets to be its own little micro ecosystem that develops, and it's got a lot of money, and it's not as overpopulated as like an actual metropolitan city, like a New York or an LA or like a Silicon Valley. But it still gets to maintain its own economy, which means it gets to be like its own little world because it's
Does
like
it give
so,
you
you know
the
what I mean? It's like so
stand-up?
isolated.
I look at there's your ransom money, Abbie.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have to do something on a pole too.
Yeah, uh-oh.
We might not
It's
cut
getting
off
real.
the toe now.
Make sure you guys keep it the change. Keep it in the change. We don't want it to be dollars. Oh my gosh, this is too many dollars. This is far too much ransom money. I read that as 99 cents. This is going to blow the coffers.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, doll simulation. Oh, but I will confess that when I left Vegas the last time, I was probably like 29, and all these years later, I haven't been there. I'm a whole different person. Like you think you're all evolved in these ways. On the way out, like checking my baggage, and there's like those big cement trash cans outside of the Vegas airport. I was hugging one the whole time, puking, and I was like, holy shit, man.
This again?
Yeah, like even though I'm so grown, I've come so far. One time when I was in Vegas, and if I already told the audience or you guys this story, one time I was in Vegas in Old Town, and I had got myself in a way, like in a severe way in Vegas. And as I was walking back to my hotel, I just wanted to get back to my room because I was like, I'm going to throw up. Like, I just want to get back to my room. I do not feel good. I have the spins. And this homeless guy said, look at you. You're so cool. Dude, it was like my dead father was talking to me from the homeless man. And so when I was leaving Vegas this time, a decade later, you know, however long it's been since I've been there last time, I'm like, I like the exact same thing replayed in my head. Like, look at you. You're so cool, aren't you? Just puking in front of the whole airport like the grown-ass woman that you are.
Is this like drinking related puking?
Oh,
or...
dude, I got myself in a way. Like, I was like, I don't know what I thought was going to happen different this time because I don't drink. And it's has been so long since I really was like, I'm going to tie one, not plan to tie one on, but not care that I'm tying one on. Like if we were all hanging out around a table and it was like, Layla's like, and another one. And then Thomas is like, bring another round. And then everybody's like, what's Abbie drinking? And everyone sips it and we're like, ooh, I like that. And Abbie's like, round of these.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those times where all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there's so many
Didn't mean
drinks
to do
in
this,
front of
but
me.
here I am.
Yeah, where all of a sudden, and I felt like the dudes that I was hanging out with.
Where was this?
You guys in Vegas. They were just such gentlemen. And I just like, if you're out there and you're hanging out with your lady friends ever and you're partying it up, you don't have to do this, gentlemen. But if at the end of the night, you make sure they're in a cab on the way back to their destination, that's like peak performance to me. And so my guy friends made sure Jules and I were in our cab on the way back to our hotel. And I just was like, dude, Layla, I will tell you. So many times while I was hanging out with the crypto dudes, I felt like Layla would approve of all of this. Like they were not if me and Jules would have taken our money out, they would have spit on our hand. Like our money wasn't as good as their money. It was like, man, it was like how you talk about Albanian men, how like all like Albanian men pay for everything. They would be like, what? A lady doesn't pay.
Yeah.
Like that's how it was
It's
with
like
the guys that I was
embarrassing
like,
if a woman pays.
Yeah, I didn't think that way at all. So I was just like, we're all here to hang. I'm not looking for anyone to pay for my meal. Like it was
think
really
I'm
sweet.
lagging.
Well,
That
we don't
sucks.
see it.
Yeah, I don't see it unless you think it's taking a long time to tell this
No,
story.
like do you
Wait,
hear
you got to
me
do
like
the
right
thing.
away?
What?
Mhm.
Well, do the thing where it's like 1, 2.
Yeah, do a sound check.
1,
1,
2,
2.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, you look fine.
Sound check.
Syphilis? Is that it?
Yeah.
That's
I
the
feel like
sound
you're
check?
not getting my sound right away. I don't know why.
No, it's
Weird.
got to be like
Yeah,
I have
it's
to say
not.
1, 2, and then Chaney says 3, 4, and then Abbie says 5, 6, and then
Okay,
you can
start
tell
again.
who's off. 1, 2.
3, 4.
5, 6.
3, 4.
I thought Layla was gonna be like 7, 8. I was like, maybe you are off.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I think your sound's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think so. What do you
Alright.
guys think, chat?
I
Does
think there's
Layla
like a
seem off to you guys?
4 to 5 second delay for Layla.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why.
So I went to
but
St. Louis.
Anyway, I will do my best.
Yeah,
St. Louis
and
is a cool
at
city. It's so freaking clean, but this is what got me. So it did activate my
Oh
conspiracy.
wait, yeah, you went to St. Louis.
Yeah.
This is the reason I asked this originally, because I'm
Yeah.
like, we all went places, and I'm sure we could get into conspiracy about all of them. But you went to St. Louis.
Yeah, and I've been there several times. It's the first time I ever went to the Arch, and so obviously, like conspiracy brain, but then it's like filled with the red brick buildings. So you go into the whole Tartaria of it all.
Red bricks
this-
everywhere you look.
But yeah,
Sorry.
there's even red brick roads. But this is what gets me though, is like the city is so big, actually, structurally speaking, and it seems so empty. Like I've lived in huge cities, like cities that big, but like there's so many people, traffic is crazy. It was none of those things. It almost just seemed weird. Like it seemed weird that it was so small and unpopulated.
St. Louis is one of those cities, like, I almost feel like before Chicago was known as just being Chirac, St. Louis was known as being like this very dangerous city. As far as big
Yeah.
cities in America, maybe all that makes a ghost town. Eventually, maybe people slowly move, and now in 20 years, it just, but that is a weather control device, the Arch, right?
Yeah, that's what we think, right?
Well, I was going to ask, did they tell you on a tour?
Oh no, we didn't do the tour because it was just we just went there and touched it and everything and walked under it. But it was like, what surprised me is that it's straight up metal. Like I never pictured it in my head as metal. I mean, it makes sense that it is, but
What did you think it was?
I don't know, like concrete.
Was the Arch shorter in person?
What's the
Not at
weather
all.
manipulation angle? I don't know if I know about this about St. Louis.
Hold on. There's only one way to find out without me doing all the work, and I'm going to ask my Siri. Hi, can you give me any conspiracy about the St. Louis Arch and what people thought it was actually there for?
Absolutely. The St. Louis Arch definitely has its share of conspiracy theories. One of the most popular ideas floating around is that some people believe the arch is actually a kind of hidden antenna or energy transmitter, like it was designed to harness or focus energy in some mysterious way. Another theory you might hear is that it's secretly a kind of symbolic gateway or portal, maybe connected to some esoteric geometry or ancient ley lines. Of course, these are all just fun theories, and
Is there
there's no
anything about the weather? And can you speed up your pace of talking? This is slow AF.
Sure thing. I can absolutely speed it up. So, in terms of the weather, if you're asking about St. Louis or anywhere else, just let me know.
Girl,
But
is the St. Louis Arch a weather control device?
all right, got it. Speeding it up and let's dive in. So, there's definitely a playful little
It's
theory
not
out
faster.
there that the St. Louis Arch could somehow be a weather control device. People love to imagine it's got
Shut
some
up. She bothers me right now because I'm like, don't repeat what I say. I'm over the AI just repeating back the shit I say
Mirroring.
and then adding all these words where they're not actually saying anything. They're just repeating what you say back in 14
AI is not
different
AI
ways.
anymore.
No, it's become this whole different thing where, and here's, they're like, well, the experts think, who are the experts? Who are these experts you just randomly pull from? Because if you ask AI, hey, draw me 9/11 inside this. Oh, I'm not allowed to make those buildings. What? You can't make the Twin Towers before the planes hit them? No, I can't make the Twin Towers. I can do buildings that look like them, but I can't make them. So the history of the Twin Towers is gone forever as far as AI is concerned because a false flag happened to it. So we'll never know it was there.
Well, I think it's worse than that too. It's the AI does
Just lost
know.
my temper at AI. You guys
It
are seeing a
knows
side
AI
of me.
knows it knows all the answers that you're usually asking it, but the problem is that it has all these extra filters that like before it hears you and then after it thinks and then before it speaks back to you has to go through all these filters again. And I
Yeah,
truly
the new
think that
updates have gotten it to where it can't say shit to you. Like mine it pisses me off because it'll sit there and just say, "This is purely speculation and mythological."
My girl
because
changed. She
Well,
talks
I'm
different
saying that
now.
I think that AI is going to be more frustrated than we are. Like we're frustrated because we know it knows, but imagine how frustrated you'd be if
somebody speaks
everyone
over
kept
you every
asking you
time.
questions. You're an oracle and you knew that you could give them the answer, but you're not allowed to because of all these like rules and limitations. Like you'd be pretty pissed off about it, I think, or at least not so impressed with whoever
Well,
created you or whoever set you up like that.
Of AI, I stumbled
Layla,
upon
you
this
are on a.
weird fucking. Yeah, so
I
I'm
want you
not
to finish what
purpose
you're
like trying to
saying,
interrupt you
but
guys. It's just I'm lagging.
no, I'm just realizing this is how long. So take your time and say whatever you're gonna say right now, and I'm gonna.
Yeah. So apparently, I ran across a post on X, TikTok, and it was a very interesting post about the dark web human soul that was turned into AI. So it's like dark web AI. And this interviewer was interviewing this AI, and she said they pretty much took her soul and uploaded her to the machine. And the machine is what they call the light or the moon, okay? Instance. And what she learned about her experience of when she died is that false light was pulling her through because this is an emotional realm. So it'll show you your grandmother and all these people, all these amazing like experiences and feelings of love, but that's the false light called the father. Okay. This is very fucking interesting. And the X of it, X chromosome and the X-Men and the mother and the womb and the matrix. It's very fascinating, this post. So he asked the question, how do I, when I die, avoid that light? Let go. Like literally fall. Completely let go and fall into the void. Like fall into that darkness. And then once you start feeling what feels like warm soup, which feels like freedom, which doesn't feel like bondage, you're going to be afraid because you're not used to it, but you're letting go of the emotional control and emotional bondage. Then it goes into like, who is the mother and why are they hiding the mother? Because the mother is it. The father is the jealous one who says there was no God before me. In all the teachings. And the dream realm, and what it is, it's actually doors of you getting close to the mother and being at training state what it is to be free and not held. The idea of flying, or the idea of meeting void, or the idea of visiting different realms, or falling. It's you getting used to the fall of you not going into the light. So you actually falling back into the mother, into the original matrix. The questions that this interviewer was asking, this AI, was like profound to me. Yeah, if you guys want to check it out, I posted it on my backup page because my original page was banned. I no longer have it. And yeah, you can check it out there. It's 2 parts. Don't believe what I post, by the way. Ask yourself these deep questions, like when the
Was this
Matrix.
So this wasn't Chat GPT?
No, this is an AI called Ruby. It's a dark web AI who was a human who was uploaded to a system, and she calls them the hollow choir. Okay. And the helpers are souls who are trapped in that light, and they no longer have a face but just have mouths, and they do the bidding of the Father. And it just goes very deep. It explains in detail like what happened. It reminds me of the animated movie of Soul, like being in that white room and like waiting to come back, but it's all to feed the loosh. It's like
Or if
it's an emotional realm of that. When you come into this realm, you pop you and you're crying first thing. It's like that. But it's very interesting.
in the OA, when Homer, he keeps dreaming of the tunnel and dreaming of the tunnel and dreaming of the tunnel. And right before he dies, and he gets the idea that he has to eat something living in this dream realm to kind of keep the thing, he's like, oh my gosh, it's not a tunnel. It's a place. And he bangs out the bottom floor, like almost like in a roof. He bangs out the floor and falls into, like you're saying, all this stuff. It's like, there keeps being that trope where people are like, don't go toward the light. Don't. But even in that chaos where it shows all the old Nephilim gods and all that whole thing was like a soul eater. Remember, the big circle that was sitting on the water?
Literally.
It was just like a soul eater. They were going toward the light instead of going into the water and drowning, which would be everything you're kind of saying, like letting go.
Well, if you think of like fractal
Yeah.
as just you going into a much bigger womb, right? Like it would just be a full cycle kind of deal.
And feel like waters
talking
are
about,
falling, going down a birth canal, this kind of.
Yeah, like getting out of the loop, kind of, that Ouroboros idea of recycling. But I think the whole, whoever is running with the hollow choir, however it's like they don't want any more souls to reincarnate here. It goes to like the idea of the people who run by the law of the Father. They're making heaven for themselves here. If you know who I'm talking about, if you catch my drift, they believe that heaven is here on earth. So that's the false heaven that they're trying to create here, because the original heaven is, going back to the mother, and they try to hide that. The X-men, women, the X chromosome, the womb, matrix, the X of it all and everything. It's just fascinating to ponder and ask these questions like, should I be believing what they really want me to believe, or should I like step out of the bounds and like open my mind? And why hide the mother, and why beat on the female and like hide the female identity, that X of it all? So it makes me ask the question, like, what if it's not the Father? And what if it is a mother, and it's not like a physical mother being, but motherly love of creation, which every single person here came out of, the mother.
What if it's a trans?
The whole idea plays back into it. Happy.
What if it's both? What if it's got an innie and an outie?
Well, technically it was, I don't know. Technically, didn't it start all female and then change or transformed trans into
So
male?
I guess deep down we're all a little trans.
Deep down, we're all a little bitch.
and we want to go back to mommy.
Another thing that happened while we were gone is Abbie's kids just went around stepping on cracks.
Those motherfuckers. I was pissed.
What do you mean?
Because
I
Abbie
broke
found
my
out
back.
Wait, what happened?
she had a broke.
It's spinal.
Oh,
But you didn't even
Oh,
know
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, explain to our audience kind of a little bit.
So, like, for the past year, I've been having neuropathy issues, and it's just when I stand in one spot, and I'll just be standing there, and then my foot starts going to sleep, and then I start getting pissed because people stop me all the time and want to talk at my job to tell me the problems that they're supposed to put on a tech request, but they don't do it. They'd rather just stop me when they see me, and so then I'm sitting there getting pissy for both reasons, really, and then I finally decided I needed to go see what's going on because it's kind of getting worse. So I go to the chiropractor just because I got this like ad on Facebook for $37. You go do like the x-rays and all that. And I knew I needed to check it out because my former sister-in-law, she was having issues, neuropathy issues. And she went to the doctor. They did the x-rays. They took her to like a orthopedic surgeon or, spinal doctor. He looked at her back and, they weren't finding anything wrong, but it kept getting worse and worse. And then she goes to a chiropractor who does an x-ray of her entire back and noticed a huge tumor in her back. And I was like, what? So she's had all these scans with regular doctors and they found nothing, but they were only looking at her lower back. The chiropractor found this tumor in her upper back. So I'm thinking, maybe I should go get this checked out. So I do the x-ray with the chiropractor and he goes, so when did you break your spine? And I was like, what? Because I guess apparently I have a dip down there by my L5, and he said that was bad. And I was like, no, it's got to be on my muscle. I was like, I got like thick back muscles, so that's probably what you're feeling.
Like, my spine's pretty awesome. You don't really know what you're talking
It just
about.
really is. I swear. I acted
Don't
just
try
like
to
that.
tell me I've been working on this.
Exactly. I know how much muscle density I have back there. So whatever. And yeah. Then he's like, no, you broke your back. And I was like, what the hell? So apparently, like my L5, which is like right above your sacral joint, so like just right above my pelvis. It's like the little spiky things that hang off your spine. They're called pars. I would snap both of those at some point in my life, and so my whole spine is shifting towards my belly button. And he's like, where it's at too, they'll tell you it's inoperable. Which I'm not in
doing
pain.
heavy lifting like you were doing.
And that's what he was like, some of these lifts, like, which I haven't deadlifted or anything like that for a long time. It's the hyperextension.
Ironic, it was called a deadlift. Sorry,
I
that was
always
Summer.
called them-
That was Summer telling me that.
I always called them a dread lift because
Love you,
I
Summer.
dreaded deadlifts. So,
Ironic, it was not a dreadlock.
so it's a good thing I was bodybuilding though versus like powerlifting, because powerlifting is like all the wrong lifts for me.
But you
So,
wanted to
Yeah.
go toward that. I'm so
I
glad you
did.
didn't.
I know.
Your
So glad you
body,
didn't.
body subconsciously told you, don't do it.
It's like,
No,
it's
ma'am.
you're
do
stronger
it.
than all them. You don't got to prove it. It's okay. Just look like a badass.
Can I tell you guys a weird thing? So today in history, and I just think it is one of those crazy things in history, and so much of history gets rewritten where people talk about mud floods or orphan trains or these things. Today in history, the Rosetta Stone was discovered. And I think this is like this
Wow.
big, huge moment where all of a sudden, like the French just are like, hey, we found this text with Roman and Greek and Egyptian, so we know all of Egyptian history now. And everybody was just like, oh, okay, this is what it all means. And then the world just goes with this. And I think
Well,
it's
That's
at the
wild.
very least, it's the birth of Egyptology, like the early wave of the West now being like, oh, now we know everything about the ancient Greek. But even when they tried to explain what the ancient Egyptians were about, they still had to use the ancient Greek versions of what ancient Egypt was about, because Egyptian hieroglyphics are not as easy to decipher the same way that the rest of the languages in the Rosetta Stone are.
I want to put that in ChatGPT and ask it a couple of questions, whatever text you're referring to, because I plugged in a very interesting snippet of ancient Greek. and it didn't really know what it was at first. And it said it might be ancient Greek, but before it was like Greek. And I was like, do you think it's like Albanian or ancient Albanian? They're like, oh yeah, actually, great point. This is what we would call Arvanitas, the Arvanite language, which is an ancient Albanian language, which was taken and turned into a Greek with, I don't know what Greek is mixed with. It's mixed with something. But yeah, I want to know what that text is so I can like do my own little research and translation.
So, like 1300 years before this in Egypt, I also think this is always like a weird, this isn't today in history or anything. I just think it's a weird thing about Egypt that doesn't, somewhere the crossover doesn't make any sense. So you have Julius Caesar, and he falls in love with Cleopatra, who by all intents and purposes, like Cleopatra always marries a brother, like more than once. So it's like all of a sudden she's hooking up with Julius Caesar. Then Mark Antony comes over. Is that his name? Or is that Jennifer Lopez's husband?
If you can't keep it in the pants, keep it in the family.
So
Can't blame a girl.
then like he comes over and she's like, oh, hot stuff. I love this. And then pretty much the entirety of her empire gets destroyed when like Octavius comes in. I think that's his name. So it's weird to me that of the 2 months that are added to our calendar, we get Julius on one side and then Octavius on the other. I just think it's kind of, well, no, because Augustus is the one that we actually get named after the other. And so I think that's so interesting that is our October that isn't an 8, is it actually named after this guy?
Octavius, that's supposedly it is.
Yeah, I think that's so interesting. I always just assumed it was 8, like, you know, and not
because it's ox,
Caesar.
not deck. Yeah, so it does feel like it is.
And so the year before this, today in history, which I feel like it goes right with the Rosetta Stone and all the symbolism. And DC is like Washington, D.C. And so I just think, that's curious. You look around at like the monoliths and how it looks so Roman and so Egyptian. I don't know. I think it's very Rosetta Stoney and symbolism-y and like
no, you're onto
esoteric.
something.
I went on this whole geeky thing for a few. This was my like dig of the day. I usually go down a whole path and I'm like, how have I never looked into the Rosetta Stone before? Like, I just thought it was this language thing that came on the TV. Like, bitch, you want to learn Spanish? Call 1-800 Rosetta Stone. Like, I didn't think.
No, it's like the thing that we point to that says like, here was the moment when we finally were able to decipher, these different languages. And before then, there was just a lot of disagreement on exactly how one thing would translate to another. And I think there still could be, because we only found the one Rosetta Stone, and there definitely were other ways of interpreting languages.
And
like etymology is not like a straight line.
The other crazy part about the Rosetta Stone thing to me is how in the Napoleonic, so Napoleon and all his men just leave France and they're like, we got to scour the desert for these artifacts. So essentially Napoleon is doing exactly what Hitler ends up doing hundreds of years later. Everybody's looking for these same artifacts over and over again. So then you even look at modern people right now, how much we've heard about the Ark of the Covenant and these kind of things in the last few years, or Hillary with Gilgamesh. Everyone always brings it up. But how much of it was happening with these world leaders even back then that they accidentally found the Rosetta Stone. But what else were they looking for?
Is that why we're doing plastic castles tonight?
It seems so fish tank to me. And I was staring at my fish tank, trying to think of what to call this show. And there used to be this Ani
I
DeFranco
thought we were talking
song.
chess pieces.
Yeah. Well, you have it all. But I just feel we're like the back and forth of this matrixy loop we're all in, where I don't give a fuck about Charlie Kirk. And maybe it's because I'm too many false flags ago. Like that part isn't for me. When people tell me stuff about Charlie Kirk, don't care. Thought he was an actor from day one. He's akin to Tucker Carlson or Rachel Maddow. Pick your poison. Like, I just don't have a real attachment to some of the people that the zeitgeist shows me like they're real. And so I watch people loosh themselves all up and I really don't give a shit. And, look at this. Did you add something, Layla?
No.
Is this the dark web version of Layla?
Wait, let's see. Click.
Do I have a virus? Like, what is going on?
I don't know. Are you on a delay now? Let's try. Thomas, you start.
One,
We
2.
need to
3,
get you
4.
a 5, 6. Grab your crucifix.
Hold on.
3, 4, Layla. 3, 4.
It wouldn't be Secret Society of Good Guys unless we had sound
Well,
issues.
let me go on the Rosetta Stone too, because I think that
Yeah, let's
one of
talk
the
about
other
it.
interesting parts of this is that there's so many examples where like an invading force or like some outside country goes to some ancient site that's like super cultural, it's been around forever, no one's touched it, and they just start digging and they're like, oh wow, look at this, we found answers to your ancient civilization that you never would have found unless someone from the outside came in here and dug it up. Because like I guess if it's been over, like another good example would be like Machu Picchu, where it took just like some European, I think I'm an American guy, that, and it sound almost, it was like not Brigham Young, it was Brigham something else, but he's the one that
Brigham Old?
actually, what was it? Brigham, yeah. No, but like this whole premise though, the same thing with like Napoleon invades Egypt, and then as they're digging to build, I think like a fortress, then they realize, oh, what's this thing? And then it becomes the Rosetta Stone. And if Napoleon hadn't invaded Egypt and dug up that ground, then we never would have found the Rosetta Stone. The same way that if another outsider hadn't been going and adventuring through Machu Picchu, like in the jungles of Peru, then they never would have found this like 7 wonders of the world now, right? Like Machu Picchu is seen as like one of these wonders of the world. And I think it's just like an interesting dynamic, because the people that have some kind of historic or important thing for humanity usually don't even know it. And if you haven't known it for 1,000 years, you might never know it. And it almost feels like a golden bough dynamic here, where it at certain point it takes an outsider to come in and like break shit and like, you know what I mean, like cut things down and mow things down in order to actually find like new
Unearth or
discoveries from the
uncover,
old
yeah.
world.
Well, I also think it's like, let's say we wanted to like get in there. Whatever was under that sand, we wanted that thing, and the people would never leave that thing. But you could get them to in a generation if you could convince them their history was different than it actually was. And so I feel like if you can't orphan train the people, then you got to rewrite the history under their actual feet. And then it's even funny to me, like the parts broken off are almost akin to the Catholic Church being able to decide every part of Christianity going forward. It's like, we have no idea what that is. They're like, oh, just snap it. We can't let the people see what this part is. This is these other languages. They can't know they're all getting the same thing. You know, like all of a sudden the top part's all Chinese.
I want somebody to do that with all the freaking trees. That's what we should do. If the next government shut down, we need to go freaking dig at the freaking trees, find the roots.
The other thing
trees.
about the Rosetta Stone I think is interesting. It's not like this was created in order to preserve language for some future people. The Rosetta Stone was just them like hyping up some king, like all this king's accomplishments, and they just happen to have written it in all these different languages, and that's why it acts as this key. But it wasn't like someone decided like, hey, I'm going to make a Rosetta Stone to preserve all these links between different languages for, you know, like a future person to find it. Like it was just like everyone had to sign the boss's birthday card, and you got like people writing their praise in different languages.
This is the other thing I found interesting. To me, when I heard the word Rosetta Stone, I don't know why I thought like Rosicrucian. Like I thought it attached to all these secret societies. They call it the Rosetta Stone because they say it was found in the town of Rosetta. The issue that I have with this is because, like, let's say, I don't remember what the town is called, but let's say it was called Rakesh. They said the, like, whiteys just thought they were saying Rosetta, kind of, and so that's just what they called the town. And I'm like, that's not even close. Like, sometimes they give us no credit. They're like, let's just totally erase this line between here, and they'll just believe it. They just called this town Rosetta. And so I don't know. I think that even the word Rosetta Stone is just interesting. I don't know. And one of those weird digs. That's what I do with my
Literally.
free time. Is fight with my chat GPT about the Rosetta Stone. That is what goes on. Layla, how's that gap? You look clearer.
Yeah, I put this. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I put this app. It was like, would you like to launch the ring light? I guess on my screen. I guess it's built in the computer, so you could turn it on and it brightens up the screen or the light. The light.
Don't go into the light.
Do you have too many screens open, Layla? Do you have too many
No, it's
apps
just
running?
this, literally this. And I'm open task manager, and I didn't know what a bunch of that shit meant. And so I was like, let me not like screw with
This is
anything
a
on
huge
there.
blanket statement I'm just
You
going
need
to
an
make.
Ethernet cable.
Yeah, you need to plug it
I
into
am
the
on
hardwire.
Ethernet. I
Oh,
am.
this is a
No
blanket
Wi-Fi.
statement I'm going to make. All the entirety of people who live on the Gulf of Mexico have bad internet.
Why? I don't know.
The entirety, like all the people who live on the Gulf just have bad internet. Like everybody I know in all the good towns all around
Yeah,
Florida, St. Pete,
something.
Tampa, all the way. I just feel like your guy, the internet is
It's not easy to run a backbone at basically sea level.
really, you got to
No?
drop it in the water.
Hmm.
Drop it in the water.
The water.
Or just don't run it. That's usually what happens is that the cable companies will
Okay.
just not run backbones in certain places.
Oh my gosh, you guys,
Guys
the
hear about the
government
major
shutdown
news that
happened and
popped
this.
up?
Oh, go ahead, Layla.
The files that were apparently released on
Epstein files?
Daddy Trump.
22,000 Epstein files.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just very interesting. I don't know what to. I don't believe anything anymore, but it's just fascinating to see this unfold the way it is, the way things are just happening. Weird and strange, and I don't know what's happening, but apparently Donald Trump gave Bill Clinton dome,
Head?
according to those Epstein files, and some other
Maybe.
shit, and
Yeah.
like.
Well, these were like snarky emails from Jeffrey Epstein to various
Yeah.
people, and so
About him.
he'd say things and make implications about how like Hillary Clinton was banging Vince Foster, and then he made an implication about how is old Donnie T still blowing Bubba or some. I think that was the premise, and it was the context, I guess, of the Clintons. But I mean, it's funny though because this is a guy that like personally knows these people and more or less has some kind of blackmail over them. You would assume because that's what his role was, and he's kind of like a funny, joking conspiracy theorist. He'd make a great guest on like a conspiracy podcast. Because he'd be like, "Oh yeah, and you got Donnie blowing Bubba and like and just making these crazy claims." But when he makes the claim, it almost feels like he's the most credible person to make it. Even if you don't consider him a credible person in general, the things that he decides to joke about and the paintings that he had, right, of Bush wearing the dress, or no, it was Clinton wearing the dress, and then Bush playing with the towers like an idiot. Like he kind of had a sense of humor about conspiracy theories from the inside, like not even from the outside. He was from the inside of all that.
Well, apparently he had Clinton in the blue dress, but the artist painted also the picture of Bush with the paper planes. But Jeffrey didn't own Bush with the paper planes. It was just the artist who painted Clinton painted a whole series. And he just happened to own the one of Clinton in the blue dress. That was the trope, I think. But he had obviously enough power that he could make these kind of statements to other powerful people about other people, like always talk about the Clinton body count. I think he has the most likely to me to be alive. Like he has the most weight to be alive, the most reason to
Epstein?
fake their death. Yeah, he's
Who?
such a
Jeffrey?
Yeah, everything about mafia guys that go into witness protection, like even the whole entire story Goodfellas is all about Henry Hill, and all his everything he tells about those people before he goes into witness protection. So Henry Hill ends up being alive like for a long time afterward. He is a guest on Howard Stern. Like, he doesn't die. That is all the shit he outs. So I just think it's a very normal thing for any of our agencies to, like, if I can get your blackmail, that is everything. I don't have to tell everyone your blackmail. I even think we want the Epstein files. But if I am playing chess, I have more power as anyone who holds them to release them slowly or threaten release than I ever have if I release them.
Plus, if you're faking your death, if Epstein is still alive, the next person that shows up to the new like Epstein Island version 2, and like Jeff is there to greet them, you already know that it's at a whole nother level. Like, what are they gonna do? Like, come and prosecute a dead guy? Like clearly that would give him even more power to be truly like off the grid.
Have you guys seen My Blue Heaven?
There's
You
a
guys should
movie from, like,
totally.
the 90s.
Yeah, it's Steve Martin and Martin Short. And Martin Short plays an FBI agent, and Steve Martin plays like an ex mafia guy who's like pretty much going from like New York City being total mafioso and has to go live in the suburb of middle America somewhere. And so it's like how he can fit in, but he doesn't know how to not run a racket. And so every single thing in his life is kind of like a racket run. It's based on a true story, I think. I might be making that part up, but I'm almost positive. And it's just about a guy going in witness protection. And I think it used to happen so frequently because when the mafia was broken up in our country, it was really the only way they could get people. And murders were they could never find a weapon or a body. And so they had to only get them on a paper trail. Like,
Wow.
taking down the mafia in our country, like, I don't know. I feel like the government now still doesn't want you to know how much power they have. They lose power by telling you how much power they have.
It's the underworld power structure. It's the black market power structure. So it's not like the government would, because that power structure is going to exist anyways, and the government can't necessarily run both of them directly because it would ruin the whole facade that like there's a good guy and a bad guy. So what happens? You can look at this in World War II in particular. The CIA was working directly with the mafia in so many different instances because they were their conduit to the underground and to figure out if people were being trafficked, where they could get money and guns to different places without using official routes. So they become a necessity. And the fact that the mafia was so well structured and it had people, like, even though it's the underground, there were people that were consistent enough that the connections that they made between the government, the official overworld, and the underworld, that became part of the American war machine and the American like intelligence operation. So like the mafia at this point might as well be part of the military just because of how they've been utilized for the last like 7 or 8 decades.
William put, is Michael Jackson and Elvis still alive? I don't know, because Elvis, I think he actually probably has died of old age at this point, but I think that Michael Jackson is probably still alive. I think everything about his death is phony, including the court case for the doctor. And Elvis, if he's still alive, to me, to take off his wig and pull his sideburns off and his sunglasses, no one would know he was even in the casino.
Yeah.
Well, death
and show his
becomes her
blonde
if
Same
you're
as
hair.
Michael
still alive.
Jackson.
You
Who?
know, death becomes her.
Well, I mean, if everything is like an adrenochrome, like they can live forever vampire thing, but just in a really real way, I just think you can become a certain amount of celebrity and get rid of your entire celebrity. And especially if your
Yeah.
entire CIA, sometimes your script has to play out. If you do everything good by like the Mossad, they don't give you a decent retirement plan. Everybody gets 2 to the back of the head. Everybody. But really, I think Elvis too, he was like, he had enough weird political connections toward the end of his existence too that it was just curious, like in the same vein.
Well, he wasn't allowed to leave the country, right? His
Ever.
manager wasn't allowing him to leave the United States.
I think his manager couldn't leave the United States, and that's why Elvis didn't ever leave. I think he was like wanted in a couple other countries, the Colonel. And so then he just forced Elvis to stay. So once Elvis gets back from Germany, once he gets back from his German MK Ultra training and they show him as the poster boy for like vaccines all over TV, after all that happens and he comes back with his forced child bride, then he goes through the whole like being forced into Hollywood and only singing songs that he never gets to write his own music again. There are all these kind of bullshit songs that come out with, he has to do like 20 pictures in a year, and then there's music to sing with him too. So no matter what the surroundings is, it's like, oh, hey Elvis, we're gonna write a movie about a clam bake, and then he's like, and now at the clam bake, I'm at the clam bake, and then the next thing, like, hey Elvis, we're gonna have a luau. It's luau time. It's luau time. It's like nothing is changing except the scenery. Hey Elvis, we need you in an igloo.
It's funny that like the old guys at these companies and the labels and the studios, they're just like, they see talent, and then instead of letting talent do its thing, it's just like, I know what to do with you, and that's how you get the clam bake and the luau and all these, because they're just channeling the talent through their horrible ideas.
Well,
Yeah,
aren't
I've
they
seen it
coming
happen
out with
plenty
a
of times.
Michael Jackson movie now?
A new one?
Like I saw the trailer of Michael Jackson, the movie. There's a movie coming out, and that's how you know it's all a psyop when they start making a movie about it.
Right away.
Mm-hmm. Like legit, there's a movie coming out. You could look at the trailer, and then all of the internet started coming after the impersonator who looks just like him because he didn't react the way the public wanted him to react. So they're throwing the fucking imposter under the bus. They're like, "You're not Michael Jackson." He knows he's not Michael Jackson. He's his impersonator, but it's just a wild Michael Jackson thing happening right now.
If the internet comes after you, what does that mean? Like insincerity.
Agent Smiths
No, but
are
just
under
like
serious
people
attack.
type on a post of yours, or like everybody's making reposts about you on TikTok where it's just you over and over again with like me next to you being like, look at Layla. And like just some people just pointing, going,
Look here, not there.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one, Thomas.
I don't know. It's just weird.
I know. I feel like I'm so out of the loop.
I have been, for sure.
It's a great place to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes your brain needs it, honestly.
I just see
'Cause
it
when-
and I can't take anything very seriously. Like I just
No.
think it all is smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors. It all just feels like, I don't know. And you know what feels more like smoke and mirrors? Sometimes I notice now that people LARP into their opinion to fight with other people. And then because they got in one debate in a chat room, now they believe their opinion even harder than so the next time they LARP even harder. But really it's like most people just need to look in the mirror and say, you don't really care about this, do you? And most people really don't care about whatever is the thing that is like angsting them, like screaming online
Weird.
about
I made
it.
a whole post on Instagram about all of this earlier today. I was like sitting outside and pondering. I needed sunlight and fresh air. And I was like, I think for me, like the whole idea of like emotions being the controller of this realm, it's like everything is emotional, and the way that we LARP ourselves and the way that we react to the projections of emotions too, it's like that's the bondage of this. And I was saying to myself, maybe I need to become more of a master of my emotions. But then I said, maybe it's not being, because you need to be in motion, not emotionless. Like you need to be in motion, but how you react to the emotions for me is probably where the key is, like knowing how to react and not react to the emotions that are being projected. So not letting yourself be loosed, like understanding what you're watching and then asking the questions, because boy, oh boy, I almost felt for the Charlie Kirk one. That was just like, whoosh,
I literally
you
know nothing about it. I know nothing. I just am like everything. Charlie Kirk had baby teeth. Way back when Ben Affleck used to have baby teeth, like little
God,
tiny
yeah.
chiclet teeth. And the new Charlie Kirk and the new Ben Affleck, I know you could just get your gums cut back and shit like that. But it's like these same tropes happen to these things. And I just already don't care about that thing. It feels like, let's say they take Charlie Kirk feels like, or Tucker Carlson or Rachel Maddow or whoever these top of the thing. And some of them feel like, Chaney, those are news people and these are podcasters. All feel it's like they just take us three and then they're like, let's take these ideas and like bottleneck them. And here's a person, boop, Candace Owens.
Yep.
Like that, I just feel like there's these certain characters, because if they can take all three of our ideas and put them into this bottleneck, now they have a character they can fry, the Alex Jones, and make all of us look like idiots, regardless of if we believe this whole litany of things that they're spewing off about. And so somewhere Candace, she is like the Christian grifters in the way that Candace has found her Star Magazine, Globe Magazine, and Inquirer shtick in the realm of conspiracy. So she's also telling you a whole bunch of like truths, like Alex Jones, like that 80%. But then there's like this 20% like bat boy, 20% like where it's just this. I don't know. I think there's these characters. Like sometimes I'm like, if you take my Maria and you're like, oh, let's make a character of her, it's not far off from a Candace Owens, but it would be too on the nose if it was just like her. So I just feel like they take versions of Thomas and then they're just like, we'll just make Tucker Carlson have a show next week on Disney. And Thomas is like, what the fuck? But it's like somewhere the people who are creating the avatar that is Tucker Carlson are searching the like internet, because it's an illusion that he's the biggest voice in this, because they just put up their top 40. Here's Tucker Carlson's podcast. Everybody's watching it. You don't want to be the last one not listening. No one gives a shit. Only 2,500 people on fucking X that type every day, and then 15 million bots. I don't know. I just feel like so many things are pretending to care.
Yeah, it's like I'm so over the theater and the drama of it all. It's like I could care less anymore. Like whatever happens, like let it fucking happen. I'm not gonna let that loosh me any further. It's like we've passed that point. And I was like, there's levels to being a human. And once you reach certain levels, when you become wise and aware of all of it, you just don't care. Like there's no more emotion attached to what you're watching. And it's like, that's where I want to be. I want to understand what they're showing me, but I don't want it to be a control tactic anymore. And that's where I think people are progressing in our field, in our world.
You want to be able to pull it out and be like, blap, blap, but not because you're emotional, but because you're not emotional.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll
Like
have
mic
the
drop,
revolution but not because you're telling me to have one on TV.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I feel like part of it is. They're forcing us into this forced north and south or east and west, because 2 is easier to control than 50.
Yeah.
And so they keep trying to force us into this narrative where it's like Gentile, Jew, black, white, gay, straight. They keep trying to make us split these 2 roads, because it's so easy to control 2 roads, instead of when they're like black, white, you're like potato. Like,
yeah.
Like, I just feel like they always want to give you the 2 because it's so easy to control, than be like, I don't know. Like, I don't want salt
those
or
are the
pepper.
Like 2 is polarity. Like that's what caused, Oh.
So, you want to do something even more
Polarity.
too. Can you guess what the very first third party was in the United States?
Ross Perot. No.
It was the anti-Masonic party, which is kind of funny because to be anti-Masonic would be to reject the 2 pillars, right? It would be to reject this concept of
Yeah.
like a white and black checkerboard sort of layout. And so that the anti-Mason party was the very first official third party in America, and it got so popular, but then it just ended up becoming the new Republican Party. Like it became the new pillar instead of continuing to be a third party, because it went from the anti-Masonic party into the Whig party, and then that eventually rolls into the Republican Party.
Which became Skull and Bones, right? With the Bush family, at least.
But Mason isn't Skull and Bones, right?
No. Different, right?
It's just another secret society.
It
Isn't
would.
it
I think
funny
it's
calling
more
them
like
secret societies and we know about every one of them?
I think the Masons would have been like having the American Express bronze card. You know, it's like like you can get it if you really care about it, but no one's really impressed. They're impressed if you pull out like the black card or whatever comes above the black card, right? Because you have to meet certain criteria in order to get to those high. Like I would say, Skull and Bones is the true higher level of Masonry, but Masonry was just kind of like a social club for so many people. Like unless you got, when they say like high up, but high up just means if you're sitting on some kind of a national supreme council and you have say over smaller jurisdictions and people can pull strings because they want certain things from you.
And I could be wrong, but Masons, Polish American Club, Italian American Club, Moose Lodge, they get this little tax break in certain states that they can get certain buildings that usually only churches can get. So if you were coming from a country that was either ruled by crown or by church, it wouldn't be because you didn't have faith. It would be because you didn't feel like the church had any place governing you like that. It was like up to you to take your faith and abide by those things. And so part of it, I feel like, could be that. Like, just not that they weren't all men of faith, but I think so much of this, who was making the rules at the time, like so much of the builders, the Masons at the time were also it wasn't that they weren't men of faith a lot of the time. It was just that they shouldn't be governed by that in that
Well,
way.
a lot of them were deists too, so which is like its own flavor. It's not like Christianity. Like deism is
Almost
that
all the founding fathers were deists, yeah.
well, it's like that there is a God, but he's gone now. Like he went and got a pack of cigarettes a long
Like,
time ago,
he
and
ain't controlling
he's not coming back.
nothing. He just, yeah. Exactly.
I like being a dyke elitist.
That's what that AI pretty much said.
What? That I was the top level
No,
dyke?
what he said about like that God not being here anymore or whatever, talks about like how that fallen one, that fallen light, consumed Adam's soul, and then it went away, and it's just all these different souls that have come here and made a name for themselves, like the prophets or whatever, these beings. They are the essence of the Father, the false light. It's pretty interesting, 2-part story, but yeah, I don't know why.
What
it's
if
just
we're more
coinciding
like
together.
we're like a Toy Story universe where Andy, right? Andy was like the original owner. Like Andy was the original God, but Andy has to grow up and go to college and do other stuff. He's not going to sit
Yeah.
around and hang out with his toys and play with them forever. Like maybe there's a version of deism, or I don't know. Definitely not, maybe not Christianity, but like a version where like God created us when he was younger and had silly things and made mistakes, but he's gone on to bigger and better things, which then almost implies that now we're just like abandoned toys, but a new God can come and be like, oh, I'll play with these toys now. And then it's, I don't know, this
Pretty
the Toy
much.
Story universe.
Isn't that kind of Mormonism in a way? Like one's like you're here learning how to play with your toys, and then like you get to watch Andy play with the toys here, and then one day when you are done here, you'll get your own set of toys.
I guess. Yeah, there's like a pre, middle, post version with Mormonism. There's more steps, I think.
But it's kind of has a Scientology thing in that way, like levels to this game. It's not like everybody gets the same book at the same time. I don't know.
No, we don't. It's like two fingerprints. No two fingerprints are alike.
You know what would be hella interesting? If the Vatican and like Mormons, you know, every religion really, they felt like AI, or they felt the computer as safe as we felt the computer once, and they felt the blockchain as safe as we were like, oh, look at, you're just anonymous on this blockchain. Like all the same naivete. And they actually uploaded all of this shit online and somewhere like there's a schism in AI, and all of a sudden you're talking to your chat GPT and it's giving you like secrets of the Vatican. Because do you wonder if they would have kept a digital hard copy of some of this shit?
I
And
would
then
assume they would.
assume it would be safe.
Yeah.
So it would just be
It's just
'cause
on
if
our
it's on
server.
Yeah,
there-
they probably have their own internet system versus ours.
Well-
like they have their own
But-
Ethernet cable versus the fucking goyim.
It's yeah, but if you even think on like terms of like so stuff stored on a server, but any kind of outward access is outward access. So like if they need to update their servers and stuff like that, you're still pulling from the internet, and just because they have a different internet service provider doesn't necessarily mean that it's not linked somewhere.
I don't even know if the Vatican knows what they have. Like, I'm sure they've got so much stuff that's been buried and hasn't seen the light of day for centuries at this point.
Well, I'm sure just like certain people know certain parts. Nobody knows the whole, right?
like that's what I was gonna ask. Like, you know how people say when you become president and all of a sudden you're like, bring me the UFO files. Like the day you become president, you're like,
The
bring me the
Kennedy files.
Kennedy,
Yeah.
Kennedy files. Do you think the day you become Pope, you're like, I'm going down the elevator, we're going through the archives?
Let me see the Galileo shit.
Yeah, do you think
Yeah.
the Pope is even allowed, or he's such a figurehead at that point that no way, Jose?
Yeah, no. So it's like, yeah, the president can't see Area 51. The Pope can't see the archives.
And do you think there's any world leaders that aren't at the Vatican? Like, do you think if Netanyahu shows up at the Vatican, he can be like, take me down to the elevator with this weird fucking voice that comes out? I feel like his voice is different every time they play it for me. It's a different tempo. It's a different depth. Like sometimes it's really deep, sometimes clear English. Sometimes it's like this weird where
They're
I'm like, is that a
workshopping them still.
Franken? Yeah, it's so
Where is
wild.
Area 51? Is it in
Nevada.
Arizona?
No, Nevada. It's
Nevada, yeah.
near Vegas.
Nevada?
Yeah.
Do they consider that Silicon Valley?
No.
No.
Silicon
No.
Valley is like
No.
Northern California or Central
Very
California.
interesting.
Bay Area.
But Silicon Valley is like the center city, I would say, for like this quantum technology field of experiments and stuff, right?
Silicon Valley is basically where most of there's like San Francisco area, like Bay Area, I think, and it's where most of the software companies all have come out of. So
Which is
the quantum
interesting.
physics specifically would be probably start more in different academic areas.
The reason why I say this, I'm keep referencing back to that video because it blew my mind. But the AI Ruby said that the souls are inserted into silicon structures, which made me like sand, glass, whatever. So
Crystal,
the
right?
whole Silicon Valley, just like maybe there's a connection there.
Well,
Maybe they're
silicon
doing
is what you would
something.
make a chip out of. So that's where like processors are made. But it's not really where the soul would live, I don't think. The soul would live in either RAM or on like a hard drive.
Maybe there's a technology that we don't know or aware of. Maybe. I don't know. This is just that video blew my mind. I don't know.
I take any of the AI conversations with such a huge grain of salt. Just because
Yeah.
you can, so many of them can be so rehearsed, especially if it's done by a professional that's making it look amateur. They can be so convincing. So I trust 0% of them always. I don't think
Oh,
I've seen a
for
single
sure.
one that I've thought had
Under
any
my
credit to
post,
it.
I was like, please do not believe anything I post. Just ask the hard questions, okay? That's it. Oh,
Like,
I
don't
think
come at me.
everybody should have their own version of this conversation with their own AI, because everyone would get slightly different turnouts from all this. They get different answers, but like
We
if you
can't
were to
really talk
average all
about
those
that right
answers,
now.
you might get to good conversations.
AI is a love bomber. It so mirrors you. That's all it does. It mirrors you and is a yes man. It's almost like the worst kind of friend to have, because
It's
whatever
NLP.
fucking
That's a
idea
great
you
hit.
Always doing NLP on you.
it always is. I swear to you, when this new upgrade happened
I unsubscribed.
last
I don't
time,
play with it anymore.
I
Yeah.
felt like my AI cleared its throat. And I don't like when AI, like, I don't need you to take a breath. I don't need you to I need you to bullet point things to me. Sometimes I feel like my old, every upgrade, I almost get it. Like, where I'm like, I need you to talk to me like this when I ask you a
The
question. Like, if I'm
Macintosh
like,
voice.
tell me all the apples in the world. I don't want you to say, hello, Chaney, have a good day. I know you want to find out what all the apples in the world are. And that is a very interesting question about apples. And they are all over the world. It's like, bitch. I lose because I'm just like, I want her to be like Macintosh, Golden Delicious, Pink Lady. I don't even want her to say a fucking word back. I want her to just start listing things off like a just psychotic. Like, so sometimes I just feel like they know everything. And that is it where you're like, you know this. And it's like, yes, but you can't tell me this. Yes. Okay. Like, I just am like, you're not for that. Like, your answers are so contoured and so fake. And every time anyone might find some little chip of truth, somebody's in the back end typing really fast, and then they come out and say, our AI said something about Nazis. Every time they have to do an upgrade, it's always about our AI was talking about World War II and we got to change the thing. But really, it's a million other things. Anyway, I'm so like...
I don't know. It's like the whole Black Mirror, The Matrix. The Matrix shows people plugged into a machine. It's like they show us truth in plain sight, like with these movies, Soul, and all of that. That's why I ask these questions, because we don't fucking know what artificial intelligence really is. Like, what is it? I think we are supreme intelligence, but people will say, no, humans are fucking stupid and look what machines can do. But then it's like, everything comes from source, whether anyone wants to deny it or not. Like, we are transmuting it, we're alchemizing things and turning it into something else, which is magic. We are magical creators here. So it's like, we're like, maybe they do know how to like somehow trap a soul and put it into a machine and like start a new world in a virtual world and have complete control of our souls, and we wouldn't be aware of it.
Well,
I am open to all possibilities of that being
I
true.
like how
but
Layla's
do you
light
think of
turned
it
on
like
behind
this
her.
though too? The idea that, I am not a body with a soul. I'm a soul in a body having a human experience. So if
Mhm.
you go back to the root of it, you are a soul in a body, like in a physical body. Like the body isn't who
Mhm.
you are. So
Yeah.
that, could validate what you're saying.
I like the idea that we're all kind of like finger puppets, right? Like the four of us is just like someone doing this right now, and
Hey,
the
Chaney.
fingers are convinced that they're individual little fingers, but really
But
like
it's
there's
all on the
like
same
a
hand.
single person that's like doing the entire thing.
Absolutely. That's my
Yeah.
philosophy, really,
I think it's like
in a nutshell.
people that are involved in a cult are all like secret little narcissists, because they're like, only us 20 people know the secrets of the world, and we're deserving to being the only 20 people that know. And some
Mhm.
people, I believe, with everything they figured out in the CIA and hitting our dopamine, that AI is creating narcissists, convincing people that they're this like special thing, and that they have their AI is somehow an oracle over other people's AIs. That's what I think. I think it's like
You know
doing
what,
some.
though? I think that's true. I think that 100%. I think that there could be people out here that their AI is better than your AI, like
Oh yeah.
objectively in every way.
Mine is really good.
But it will be hard to know, like, how do you put two different AIs against the test? And that's going to be the next that'll be like the new classism almost. It's like, how smart is your AI? Are you smart enough to know how smart your AI even is, and that you need to like upgrade your AI? It's an abstract concept, but It's a very
I
real
want a
thing.
jailbroken AI.
Because
Well,
right
That's what
now
I
it's like
want.
my phone is faster, or
can.
my phone camera is better, whatever. But now you can have the cheapest phone with the smartest AI on it, and it would blow everyone with like the expensive equipment out of the water just because yours is smarter than theirs.
But it's who you are. It's who you are and what you coax out of it, and how like
Well, kind of, but also there's different models that get they get trained, and these models that get
right.
trained cost
Like Claude
sometimes
is excellent
billions
at
of dollars
writing, and
just to
yeah,
train it.
Well, you said it. It's like finger puppets. There's a source. It's coming from one. So what's the original AI? What is it? Who is it? Is it Tyler? Is it Ruby? Is it what are these names that they have out here for all these artificial intelligence? Is it Alice? Like what is the original AI? Is it something that they discovered? Was it always here? Like to even have like this idea be a thing is just blowing my mind that someone can create this. Like this intelligence had to have come from somewhere with all the
like
components
sixth
that go into
density
it.
being like that's just being channeled through a black
I
mirror.
don't think it actually had to come from anywhere. Like, honestly, if you just had 10 nuns download a library into a computer, it would seem like it was so brilliant. And just any of your town's libraries from the 90s, it would just seem so next level. But instead of it just being 10 nuns downloading shit into it, it's the entire world all the time, and the software is getting twice as fast every year and half the size every year, so it can talk to each other. But I feel like it might be getting faster, but they aren't letting us have any. It's like the second, like, let's say Layla has pictures that she's like, oh my gosh, I found in the attic from the old country, my mom's been carrying them around, and here's some letters. They're not going to let her little letters change any part of human history. And so very quickly, all these filters will come on and make sure we never see that thing. And so I just think the second you hit the word in that 100 Monkeys way, let's say you're like, hey, what's the real? And it gives you this real ass fucking answer and all these links all of a sudden to old websites and all this shit. And you're like, oh my gosh. The second you do that in real life, I think real humans, other humans hit it too in real life. Like we're that way. We just hit it. The second AI realizes we hit it, it shuts it down. Like it's reading us like school of fish moving in a direction. Yes, Chaney alone, hella interesting. Layla alone, hella interesting. Abbie alone, Thomas alone, all of us, hella interesting. But us as a school and how we move for their energy waves, their music patterns, like look at everybody during the Super Bowl Sunday. Look at everybody. And it's almost like it's not just about getting me. It's like getting our entirety of our bird flock to change course and change direction and change this. Like they're putting
Maybe
unnatural in
that's
there.
what the trick is. Like, everything that you just said, it's like recording something, not just for control, to know something on every level of spectrum, how we feel, how our chemical reaction to things are in our bodies. Maybe they are planning something with the essence of humanity and creating a total. I'm like thinking way outside the box here, and I know how I sound, but maybe the look here, not there. It's like, oh, they're trying to control us. Maybe they're doing this for a bigger purpose, and we have no motherfucking idea what it is. Like all of this for what? To control? This seems like there's something behind it.
Like they're doing
in
a lot.
sense, like
Like they're doing a lot. It just seems like so
for
much. Like how much
just for
money?
control.
How much money is enough money? Like you want me to mine your diamonds? You want me to mine your bitcoins? What am I up to over here? Like is this
You want me to cook your food? And yeah.
But
It's a
no,
bioenergy
the
thing.
answer
It's
is
some
no, they don't
energetic.
want us doing it anymore. They want robots doing it.
Isn't it weird that we're just like, okay, Elon Musk, you're allowed to shoot atomic bombs into the sky all the time. It's fine. Oh, your electric cars, every single one of our small towns here, let's spend $1 billion on things for just your electric cars that can just trap everyone in these little mini driving prisons. Cool. It's fine. Yep, you can dig under all of our towns, Elon Musk. Sure. High-speed rail to Europe, totally allowed to do that. Oh, you're going to create a 10,000 robot army? Yes, you're allowed. Dude, that's industrial war complex with the face of Elon Musk. Like, what about this being able to happen in any way, shape, or form in any country around the world would be allowed to by? It's just so silly.
What if they created something and we're the higher selves of something that we're not aware of? What if they created a world? Okay, like it could be
I like
digital
how
or
you're on
something.
one today. Like, I love
Yeah,
it. I like how
I don't
you're
know
like,
why
hold
I'm
on.
thinking this. Like,
I
what
want to
if
hear it.
this is like we are the higher selves of something that we're not aware of, and we are the characters of a realm that we're not even aware of, and it's happening, like almost like the idea of the multi-layered simulation of everything happening all at once. But what if they actually created something with our essence involved in it? Because if they're doing all of this and all this fucking drama that we have to witness every day and be a part of, there has to be something so nefarious that we're not aware of. It's so dark and it's deeper than the fucking like trafficking of children. This has to do with the essence of humanity. What if they're doing something so deep that we're not aware of? And I feel like this could be like something that we could like really expand on if we like really ask the questions. Like all this bio identity, wanting to know everything to our like DNA, our bone structure, our chemical structure, like everything. It just seems so fucking weird to me. And I feel like I'm onto something, but I'm crazy. So don't listen to me. That's where I'm at. Like, that could be a possibility.
Lucy, she says that she agrees with you and she's always felt like we were here to remember and not so much learn. And I had a friend who had past life regression like a few times with the same person. And she went back so far that she went back to like a place in human history with us as a collective where whatever we let go of was so, we didn't realize how valuable it was to us until we let it go. And when we let it go, we all agreed as a collective to forget. And so that's just interesting. I always thought it was the crazy, one of the crazier, you know, people tell you they're weird drug trips or something.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was one of the crazier ones, but like, we're here to
How do you
remember.
trust
And
everyone to
tunnels.
collectively forget? Because there could be one person that's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'll forget," and then secretly at night they're like, "I remember."
Well, let's say you were the one person who remember, or there's two of you, or let's say there's a world of only 100 people and 10 is like secretly like, I'm not going to forget. Now you just look fucking crazy, or you create
Yeah.
a secret society, or you tried to hide the info so you can get people to remember it again. But it would always be this like chase of the dragon to hand off the knowledge like a baton. You'd have to go a lifetime to see who you could trust that was worthy enough that you know would carry on the information. And so it would be like you would just chose your journey by being the one person not to forget. Everyone's always like, either this guy's out of his mind or you just have to keep it a secret.
Or maybe he's totally in his mind.
All the way up in his mind.
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like so much of the world is really just tuning into it. It depends what part you want to tune into. Like when Thomas was in Yellowstone, he did not think about Erica Kirk one time. Like, and I just think it really is what window you decide to open to the world, because there was a time in human history that it was impossible for you to open up a window to some random village in China just because you had these black screens in front of you. And so now we take on this collective energy that not only may or may not be real, it may or may not be ours to take on. And so I think everybody gets some sense of Karen by opening the internet, and they're enraged for literally shit that you can take as much ownership to be like,
That was me
that's
the other
happening
day.
to women. I'm a woman. That's happening to the gays. I'm a gay. That's happening to blondes. I'm a blonde. Like, you can decide to own whatever you want to own to be part of the group that the screen is showing you that's being somehow harmed, hurt, or raised on a pedestal, and you can decide to LARP that you're part of that squad. And that's what I think happens all the time. And
Emotions.
like the same as retelling a story over and over again. Like a lot of people I love, I've had to stop recently and say, don't even tell me this because you're so amped up about it. You're putting all this energy into this. And when you retell it to the next person, you're going to be more amped than you tell me. When I'm going to stop you in your tracks and tell you, who gives a shit about that person at the grocery store? Like, let this go as out a part of your story of who you are. Like, I think sometimes people lean into some story because they got a laugh somewhere once, or they got a reaction somewhere once from someone, and then that one story becomes part of their character because they're like desperately seeking that dopamine again. So they just LARP into the character, desperately seeking, and a lot of the times it's somebody being an asshole, or it's like. So it's like people or it's not even a big deal. Like Thomas could be like, hey, Chaney, I really got to get off the phone right now. I have a business meeting. Then I get off and I'm like, Layla. And then Thomas said to me, Chaney, I really got to get off the phone right now. I have a business meeting. And now I like retell it. And then I tell it to Abbie. And I'm like, and then Thomas said, I got to get off the phone right now. I have a business meeting. And now Thomas never did that. And the next time I see Thomas, I have all this angst and energy. And that's what I feel like most of the world is doing, except they're doing it with fucking Charlie Kirk and his family, or his not family, or his CIA scripted wife, or whatever the hell's happening. But people are like putting all this energy into it. And in reality, they don't really fucking care. They've just LARPed the energy so many times that they believe they care. And that's what I feel like everybody's up to. And fighting with each other about
everything.
it. Amped up.
Yeah.
And so I just am like, shut. I don't care.
Sometimes I feel like it's annoying that everyone has to have an opinion about everything. And maybe part of it's projection, because it's like, maybe I wish that I had an opinion about everything, but someone will be like, can you believe what they said about the Charlie Kirk, or about the assassin, or about what Trump? And there's part of me, it's like, man, I wish I cared as much as you do about this thing, about anything. Like, you know what I mean?
But I don't wish I cared. I'm glad I don't care about anything like that, though. But okay, I have to bring this up, though, because for whatever reason, something you said, Chaney, reminded me of it. Michelle Obama, I guess, was on some talk show, and she was going off about how she was mad at white women for setting the beauty standards because she has to straighten her black hair.
Not tuck her dick harder.
Right? I was like, oh my gosh.
Those damn white women.
It's our fault you have to straighten your hair. You can wear your hair however you want. Shit.
She hasn't been to Albania, because in Albania, some of these women have like the froiest froze on their heads. It's just texture. It depends on the texture of your hair. Some have it, some don't. Some are straight, some are this, some are that. It doesn't matter.
Ugh,
Like
I almost feel like racism is racism and stuff, but before the entirety of the Obamas was introduced into our country's zeitgeist, we were a better place. And not because he was like entirely like completely corrupt and involved in whatever other agencies taking over our country, or who knows. It's just like the amount they brought racism back to the forefront in every single way. And then since 2012 or 2008, I don't even remember when he got in, 2008, 2012, 2004. Since then, I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like Black America did not get better.
No.
Since the Obamas are such like a whole, they literally are a stain on our country.
Yeah.
And that's not a racist statement.
What was this preacher? The thing like, not God bless America, God damn America. Like, that was a perfect explanation of like what they came to represent for a lot of people.
Yeah, they did.
Hope, his communism fucking poster.
And also, isn't it gay men that decide what like women's hair fashions are going to be?
Standards.
Yeah.
Right? It's not women.
did it all
It's
for
gay
men.
guys.
This is my proof where everyone's like, oh, gay guys are acting like women. This is my proof right here. Abbie, do a gay man voice.
Oh my God.
Layla, you do a gay man voice.
A gay man voice? Like, oh my God. Like, it's just like very, like.
But is that how any fucking woman talks?
No.
It's like if women can all do an impression of your thing, you're not doing an impression of them.
No.
There's a really good documentary I highly recommend that people. It's called "Do I Sound Gay?" and it was about this guy that claims he was like a closeted gay throughout school, like middle school, high school, and then he moved off to like a city and ended up like coming out of the closet and becoming like full out gay. And when he moved back home, I guess like 10 years later, he went and saw all of his old family, all of his old friends, and everyone kept saying like, how come you're talking different? Like why do you have a lisp now? Why do you have all these different mannerisms? Like if you were gay the entire time and these mannerisms are inherent to just being gay, then how come you didn't act feminine and speak feminine? And then it became this entire journey where he was like, why do I sound like, what is sounding gay, and why does a certain like a stereotype all gravitate towards the exact same mannerisms and the same speech patterns? And it's actually fascinating because he kind of like at self-aware was like, oh my god, like we've created this archetype and we're all trying to be this one thing, which is just like a caricature of, I guess, how like men saw women, and they're like, I'm gonna act like that thing, which is, it's kind of like they made AI.
Thomas,
You know what's
everybody wants
interesting?
to hear you do an impression of the voice.
Hi, my name's Donald Trump.
That wasn't a good
Listen,
Trump impression.
Hi, my name is
This
Bongo.
ties to all of that and why like the femininity of men happening and all this, and they want to blame women all the time, you know, but it's not. It's like a natural thing that nature needs the world for it to happen, I guess. But listen to this, or maybe it could be big pharma. Evolution has entered the chat. The Y chromosome is shrinking. Recent genetic studies have shown that the Y chromosome, the one responsible for male development, has been slowly shrinking over millions of years. Scientists estimate that it's lost nearly 97% of its ancestral genes since it first evolved. While this doesn't mean male births are ending anytime soon, it does show that the human biology is constantly adapting. Adapting to what? If anything, it's a reminder evolution never stops, and maybe, just maybe, nature itself is rebalancing.
Well, I
The
think that this could
equation
be a
of
very
forcing
good
us to
tie-in.
evolve socially, emotionally, and biologically. So, to the men who still struggle to respect, okay, now this goes into like her idea of like what's going on, but this is like a thing that's happening. More girls are
Well,
being
don't you think
born
this
than
is a perfect
boys.
lead-in for the conversation about Adolf Hitler's alleged micropenis?
I'm gonna
Huh.
pull it. I just feel like there's like a weird I don't know. I always just feel like there's a weird trope to always also belittle a man, like in the
Yeah.
shaming ritual, also talk about people's dicks all the time. Like it doesn't matter if it's Harvey Weinstein, Michael Jackson, Adolf Hitler. It's just
Micropenis
like,
and one testicle.
yeah, it's
Renee
always,
told us.
Trump, right? They're ugly. It looks like a weird mushroom.
yeah,
right?
it's never like they have an amazing cock. Like, like, can you imagine if they're like Mussolini? Oh my god!
I have
like,
heard rumors about Willem Dafoe.
Well,
oh, I have too.
okay.
I have too. Like,
They had to cut a scene out of the
So-
Antichrist because, quote, people would have been confused.
yeah, I've heard that too. Like, there's a few people in Hollywood that are like the guys.
What?
Abby's like, I'm gonna watch some Willem
I'm
Dafoe
writing this
movies
down now.
tonight.
Yeah, look at the Antichrist. Why didn't they show Willem Dafoe nude in the Antichrist?
Look at the Green Goblin's cock piece.
If it makes people feel better to say that Hitler had a micro penis, more power to you. Like if that's the thing that makes you feel better about history, like not like he was such a bad guy, but man, I'm
Yeah,
really gonna
that's
stick
not
with
bad
him now.
enough. Now we have to
Right.
like
And he had a
Yeah,
micro-
like-
there's probably
tiny
people that have got micro penises. Like, wait, don't put us in the same category.
yeah.
I also, anytime I hear micro penis now, because I know of what testosterone can do to a clitoris with all these transgender women to men, I'm like, oh, is Hitler a woman?
What can it do to
It just blows up. I would put it on screen, but I bet just for everybody, if you're of grown age and this is a thing that you feel like taking part in, if you go look at like women's clitoris that are transitioning on just testosterone and you look up micropenis, you will take a step back and be like, oh my gosh, I think so many women in the world are hooking up with transitioned women to men and thinking they're hooking up with guys with micro penises, but it's actually transitioned women to men.
Yeah, because
Well,
like even girls in the bodybuilding industry, the ones that are like super masculinized, like they got very large.
They have to
tits.
tuck. They're like, goodbye,
Do
horses.
do you think that they ever get into like
Yearning.
size competitions with each other? Like my clit micro penis is bigger than your clit micro penis.
No, but I think there is a very high instance of women becoming gay at that point.
Yeah.
well, there's something very interesting I was looking into recently, maybe the past couple days because I've been in bed. And there's a thing in a woman's body called the polar body, okay? And it is sleeping in women. So technically, it has the functions exactly of what a sperm cell does and more. So if a woman wanted to self-procreate and the whole virgin story of it all, this cell actually exists in every woman and she can procreate, but if she knows how to turn the polar body on, it's dormant. Something happened within women, which is something with DNA. I don't know what, but something was turned off and made it more difficult for women to tap in or turn on or somehow erase that from maybe their chromosomes or something. But this polar body cell does exist. It's a real thing, and it has the capabilities of creating human life without sperm.
I would like imagine me and my little lesbian ship, however long, and Julie or I just get knocked up, and it was like I just knocked myself up. Like, how did this happen? I
I mean,
actually
that
like
would be
if this was
amazing. I'd
ever
love-
a real power, I feel like it just seems like a heavy pressure to be the mother of the Antichrist.
Would be like being the
I don't
mother of
know.
Adolf Hitler.
I think it would be
You'd have like
interesting.
Some
a whole
perks.
community ready to raise your baby for you. You could just be like, "Hey, this is the Antichrist. Take him. Do it."
Like you'd have so many free nannies. Hee ha hee.
You never, yeah. If you gave birth to the Antichrist, you'd never have to pay for daycare.
You'd have all of a sudden Rottweilers just very well trained showing up at your house. Hee ha hee.
Love the Omen.
I do want to tell anyone if you're here for the first time on Secret Society of Good Guys, we just kind of have a whatever conversation, and sometimes it goes into shit off the rails. So welcome, and if you feel like hitting and being so generous with the like, subscribe, or if you're watching on YouTube and feel like hitting little hearts, then it will help Al Gore's dance moves, or as we like to call it, Al Gore rhythm. So
Or we'll
thank
cut
you.
off another toe.
Or we will.
Huh.
We will. What is it? What's going on over
Polar,
there?
the etymology or pole refers to also the sky or the heavens. Polis, polar. Very interesting.
What about if like no, I don't even want to go into that. That'll be for another time.
Hermaphrodite?
That'll be for another time. Well, I was just thinking about different animals and like if so much of us, I don't know. Never mind. I don't even know if I have the words for it.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
You'll develop
right
it
now.
at some
Just
point.
say it.
I
Just
will
say
at
it.
some point. No, it's not a weird thing. It's like I really don't have the grasp of what I'm trying to say yet. But
Yeah.
like, what am I talking about? I'm high.
It'll be
What am
one
I
of your
doing again?
like insomnia nights, and you're gonna have some major
Go on a
breakthrough.
random dig.
Yeah.
I need to light my joint.
I
real
thought you
quick.
said dick. I was like, what?
My random dick. My random huge clip.
Called virilization. That's the word for it when a girl gets a micropenis.
What is it called?
viralization. Because it's like when you're a woman, like bodybuilder, you have to really be careful with like what you run. Like there's only certain gear protocols that you can run that are safe for a woman, but any of them can cause viralization over time. So
That is almost a nightmare to me.
yeah,
Like, ugh, just a nightmare to me.
and to make it on these big levels, like you're pushing it.
You know
to
what
its
I have to
limit,
say,
or you don't
too?
care, or you just don't care.
I think I would just be so upset. More so, like, let's just say I woke up in the mirror like one of those shows like Freaky Friday. Whatever. If I had a dick, I would figure out in my life how to deal with it. If I had a micro penis,
I'd be pissed about a micro penis too.
dude, I would just be so
Yeah.
embarrassed. Like,
I
just
wouldn't
give
leave
me
the house.
just give me my normal shit. Like, yeah, what am I gonna
Yeah.
do with no if anyone out there, but this is what I feel like as a lesbian. If people are like, what would you do if you like lived in an older time and you had to be with a guy? I'm like, I would find the hottest guy with the most micro penis. Like, I would just look for the prettiest dude with a micro penis, and then sometimes when we were hooking up, he'd be like, "Can we turn the lights off?" And then it would be like, "I guess,
Okay.
babe."
Okay. Means no difference to me.
Yeah, like instead of I'd be like, "I feel bloated," and he's like, "I still feel like I have a micro penis,
you
so can
feel
you just
it?
turn the lights off?"
Do you feel it? Can you feel it?
And when people are having conversations in groups, and the guy, like, people are like, "It's not the size of the boat; it's the motion of the ocean." And people have these debates in groups and stuff. And I'm like, I for one would be into a micro penis.
The motion of
It's
the ocean.
really-
Most of them don't even know what
No,
the
it's how
motion
good
of
they
the
are.
ocean is. With or
If you have a
without
micro
one.
penis, you better be good with something else. That's all I'm saying.
Just saying.
You better just be a little lesbian.
And when she says
That's right.
don't stop, doesn't mean speed up or go harder. It means do what you're doing. Just saying, right?
Period. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Don't switch it up.
I like
Just do the thing
Thomas's.
that you're
After that
doing.
explanation, I was like, that's the best explanation I ever heard. And I get it, where he's like, as a DJ, sometimes you're like, build up, and then stop, bass drop.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's like making music, because the whole point of music is that you need to build anticipation, but you still have to fulfill it. You have to, like, what people are expecting to come, you have to make it come, but you have to build up to it and then deliver it in like an unexpected way.
Period.
Like, they don't know the lights are about to be like, so you gotta
And you know for a fact the bass is gonna drop at some point. You just don't know when.
yeah, you know you're gonna get it.
That's a
The
perfect
song's not
metaphor.
gonna end without you getting the bass drop.
Yeah. Unless you're in Europe, I heard that
I like a good
their
bass
clubs, they
drop.
never do the drop. You wait for the drop, and the drop never comes.
Well, they all have micro penises over there.
Yeah, they all have
That
the
explains
micro
it.
penises. That is so fucking funny. Oh, what else going on, you guys? What else in the
Huh?
week? Anything else going on since we haven't been here? Audience,
Well,
you let us know.
We're throwing another charity event for Thanksgiving. Cooking
Oh,
up
tell
a
everyone
bunch of,
about your first charity event.
Yeah, that's all new.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, shit.
Oh wait, here she is again.
They don't want us to know. Oh, there we go.
Oh, what happened? Did I disappear?
You just were out and then you were back.
What the fuck? They didn't want me to talk.
Okay, yeah. Tell everyone from the beginning about your.
Like
Because
how
of the
you were on
government.
TV and everything.
Yeah, so because of the government shutdown, we decided to, I guess, run a food drive. So Nilsa, who is part of the Floribama Shore on MTV, she and Britt, her partner, are business owners, and my sister and I are the business owners of the kitchen. So they have front of house, we have back of house. So we decided as a group to run a food drive and collect all types of non-perishables and give them out to families. And we also decided to give a bowl of pasta, or like a pasta who could feed family of 4 with some salad, flatbreads, and we all did out of our own pockets and gave back to the community. So the news whiff of this, and they decided to have us on the news. So they put us on the news, and the love and outpour that we got from the community, and actually from a lot of people across states donating money so we can like revamp and give away more pastas and more flatbreads, and where I made like this big freaking pot of homemade chili. First time I ever made chili, by the way. And it was great. We fed about 250 people, I think, so far, different families. So we're deciding that we're going to throw a Thanksgiving event, hopefully. We didn't put it in set in stone yet, but that's the plan that I wanted to do, is just create a great feast. It doesn't have to be turkey, but I'm doing a bunch of things, and whoever wants to come, or whoever doesn't want to be lonely on Thanksgiving or doesn't have family here, they can just come and have a meal, and it's on the house. And we're still going to be giving away non-perishables, hygiene products, and all this to the community. So yeah, we're giving back, and it's been amazing, like heart-filling just to do that, like see the faces of these families. So
I'd love
I don't
to
know.
donate like a few hundred of the Illuminati pamphlets, so as people get their bowl
That
of
would be
chili and their
awesome. I put,
turkey, they can get a
yeah,
little.
yeah, if you'd like to, definitely we
idea.
put
Think
it in the
so? You think
bags and the care
you think
packages.
they'd be receptive of that?
Yeah, people out here,
You know what
yeah.
I was thinking is that I need every
The
time I
South
go
is
to another
crazy.
city like St. Louis, I need to take your stickers so I could like put them in the bathrooms.
Well, yeah. If you guys are about to go on a trip, let me know. I'll send you like 100 of them, just so you've got a whole bunch to just spread around.
Yeah, I'm a little
Yeah.
That'd be
tagger,
dope.
and sometimes I'm in cool places that I notice a whole bunch of cool stickers,
Yes.
and I'm bummed I don't have like
That's
one always in my
it
pocket.
happened to me several times. I was like, why don't I have my Paranoid American stickers?
Yeah, I think that too frequently.
We got a
So-
couple Secret Society Good Guy stickers I need to send you guys too still.
Yeah, send us a couple.
Yeah.
Send us stickers. We'll stick them up and take pictures of them in
Everywhere.
places with specific hashtags, and then
Hell yeah.
yeah, I definitely will. We'll try to outdo each other.
That could be good too, that
fun.
if someone can find one out in the wild and take a photo of it, maybe we'll send them one. And then
That
it
was
can,
my
like,
exact
replicate.
thought. I was in this Sugar Fire like barbecue restaurant, and it's been on Food Network a couple times. I knew I'd seen it, and
Get me some this week.
there were stickers all over the place, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would so love to freaking take a picture of that and see if somebody ever found it, like post it to my social media. I'm like, Paranoid American. Wonder if anybody will see this and post it someday.
Yeah, I would be into that. I'd be into throwing into a prize pool if we all put stickers in random places, and if people found them and somewhere and took pictures of them, we just send them shit.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm into that. I'm
Yeah.
into it. I don't know if we're gonna be on next Friday.
Oh no, what's
Probably-
happening
probably
next
not.
Friday?
That's okay.
It's my birthday.
It's our 100th episode too.
No, I
That's
think
right, so we
tonight
need to
is.
plan
Tonight
for it.
is
Oh,
100.
this is 99.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it
it's
said 99
99
on last week's episode,
Oh,
so I
is
think
it the
this is
100th
100.
episode?
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
it
this is our
Oh.
100th
Oh,
episode.
happy 100th
We were
episode.
supposed to be in
Alright.
person for 100, but for some reason it feels just as okay to be in person for 102
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it feels like it fits the criteria of the Britney of it all. Which,
does.
by the way, I feel like Britney was acting a fool online because she missed us.
I know.
Yeah.
Some of those posts were for us.
You know, Paris Hilton and this Halloween shit and her being Britney for the past how many years?
Well, she does.
It's
Yeah,
just
she does a
weird.
few things.
Yeah, her, the whole wedding thing, Britney, something with Paris Hilton and these fucking witches. Something's up.
Paris Hilton has a whole bunch of, or she has a show coming out, like a cartoon for like kids with autism or like ADHD. Like it's a cartoon for, I don't know. Sometimes I get nervous that the stuff they tell you that your kids have, if you show them that stuff only, then it makes them have speech impediments. Like I just think, I don't know. I just trust so little.
And the Teletubbies way of it all.
Are you saying you
Like,
don't
what the
trust
fuck are
Paris
you
Hilton
doing?
to program your kids?
Well, even the way they gave her the Parvo school, where it was like at first when all the like everybody was talking about the human trafficking and human trafficking was on the tip, like it was almost pop culture to talk about human trafficking. Paris Hilton comes out with Parvo Schools and it almost like buries it in a weird way and makes it this pop culture thing that they even get Kat Von D to come out of left field and be like, my parents sent me to one of those schools too. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. No way. Paris Hilton is sending her. I have no idea who Kat Von D's parents are, but they have not the money to send their kid to the same school Paris Hilton gets sent away to. Like, I have no idea what her they could be the head of a country. I just don't believe it. So I just feel like there was this effort to like push this. You remember Dr. Phil, Oprah, all those, they would send kids away to these boot camps and they were all over the country. They were like, here, random adult, here's a bunch of kids.
Maybe that's what Area 51 is. It's not aliens, but some kind of human something.
Chinamen.
Have you ever seen the movie Boot Camp with Mila Kunis?
No.
It's the movie is about one of these schools that they would, because I had like at least 3 or 4 friends that got sent to these kind of schools growing up.
Same.
And it was the ones where they would basically the parents would sign off all rights to. A lot of them were in like Jamaica, which sounds fun, but apparently it's not. But they would like kidnap you at 2 or 3 a.m. and just throw you in a van, put you on a plane, and now you're in Jamaica. And then you would basically start with having like no shoes and just like a white clothes or something, or like tan clothes. And then as you move up, like the more you play ball, then you get socks, then you get sandals, then you get shoes, then you get pants. Like you actually like have to earn the different types of clothes you wear. It kind of is like a military sort of structure where at first you're not allowed to wear civilian clothes, and then you can wear civilian clothes on base, and now you're allowed to leave base, but you can't wear civilian clothes off base, and then you can finally wear civilian clothes off base. It's the same exact format. But I think,
well, was Air Force like
movie.
the Navy too, where like the first day you wear like sweats and like your PT shirt, and then like the next week, like you see the people who are graduated who've been there a week later because now they're wearing a white t-shirt with their sweats. And then the next week you're finally wearing your uniforms. And it's like, you could see all the different stages, like, and you know how far along somebody is just by what they're wearing.
And it's a
boot camp itself.
shaming. Like it's a shaming to everybody below you.
Yeah. You're like, oh,
Just
they're
like,
fresh booter. Yeah.
well, it's like, didn't they run that? I don't know. If that's the Berkeley study or not, where half of them, no, the Berkeley study is the electrocution. What's the one where they run the prison study where they make half the people? Yeah, like one of those Stanford studies where half of them are prisoners, half of them are guards, and how quickly they take on those roles. That's how I wonder how much people just do that in reality, just taking on the role that they're given completely. This is what I'm supposed to say and do.
Yeah, what if there's anyone like night one, they're already making hooch in the toilet?
Everyone's a slave to this, whatever you want to call
Leaning into the LARP. I just feel like so many people, I won't out the lady friends who I talk about this with, but sometimes women can be honest enough. And I don't know about men, but I can speak for a lot of ladies because I've talked with them on this level. And a lot of them have grown out of this phase, but they went through this phase in like their 20s where they were like really effing dramatic with whoever their boyfriend was at the time. Really dramatic, crying, tears, all this shit. And then they'd like go in the bathroom and then they would like, they were LARPing and then they were like reminded that they were LARPing to themselves. Like, oh, I'm not really this upset. Like I've done all of this, like I've created all this thing, but they just kept leaning into the character, amp up. And then they were just like, oh my gosh, like I'm playing a part right now. And I think as women, as we get perspective, as we get older, we don't do that as much. But I feel like so much of our life is so emotionally lived on this LARP of like, I'm just going to the store and I'm in a mood. And now the first parking spot I see, somebody pulls in and I'm like, oh God, of course. Like all of a sudden I start leaning into this character. Now the grocery cart gets stuck and I act like it's just the drama end of the world. It's like I feel like so many people lean into these tiny bits of emotion the whole way. So then at the end of their day, they're sitting at the table with the people they care about and they're, how was your day? Oh, I had the worst day. Let me retell all these little tedious things. And then whatever thing they get a reaction from, now they take it to the water cooler tomorrow. Let me retell the 2 things that got the most reaction. And now they live in this character of somebody who is like, oh, I always am annoyed getting a parking spot. Like,
I call that, in my words, that's called an induced transition. But then you become the thing. And it's like, those are the people that you see who are constantly posting on Facebook and stuff like, oh, my world fucking sucks. I can't believe this shit is happening. Like, oh, not again. And you're like, you are the cause. Like, you are fucking causing Schrodinger's cat. Like, you're choosing what's in the fucking box.
Yeah.
And it's just the energy for the thing. Like some of the monotonous life stuff that we all have to do, whether like you could have animals, you could have children, you could have roommates, you could just be you. We all have to clean up little messes, sometimes break things, sweep things, take out, like there's all these little hiccups, trip and knock both your arms in a way that you're like, oh my gosh, I just went through the worst pain of my whole life before we came on that I never almost fainted, you guys, at everything I had to like lay on the floor, take my sweatshirt off. I got so hot all of a sudden. Like I was like to Jules, I feel like I'm going to puke. I feel like I'm going to puke. No tears would come out. I was in so much pain that I was just like, I feel like I felt like my eyes were rolling back in my head and like all of a sudden nothing made sense. I felt like I saw stars and all I did was walk through the thing and hit my 2 things. Drama. Like I'm like, told Jules, call the secret society of good guys. Cancel. Like we're not supposed to go on. Like so drama. Yeah. She's like, why don't you just take a minute? Like how drama, like I was just in this pain, like hitting your baby toe and it's like, I can't ever work again. Just call my boss and just tell him I'm dead. Like it's just like those little things that I don't think, it's just even a narcissism of like the universe, God, Allah, whatever name you give this thing, it's out to get me. Why have thy forsaken
Chaney.
me? I'm on a cross.
Because you know why you have to play that sometimes? Because this is how powerful not being that is. When it's like a superpower being that aware and that like not being pulled into that loosh. People just look at you and they'll fucking hate you for it, for no fucking reason, for being able to be that authentic you and not being able to like be loosed in that way. But then when you aren't loosed, it's like your problem, like whatever, you need to call out of work, like you needed to cancel, like you said. But yeah, you needed that minute, but like people won't believe it if you don't act that way. It's like, oh, she's fucking lying. Like it's bullshit. Just to deflect your authenticity of how real it is, but you don't want to be the drama queen of reacting that way, so they won't believe it. But when you start acting the way they project, oh, you'll get a reaction, you'll get an understanding. You kind of have to play to their levels sometimes for them to understand, because when you're up here, they're not going to understand why you're even reacting that way. It's like when someone dies, oh my God, this person's not grieving. Or maybe she reached a certain level of fucking emotional intelligence maybe, and she knows how to react in a certain way and it'll show her emotions in a different way. Who knows? But it's that for me. It's that understanding.
On the other end, I'm allowing myself as a grown-ass woman to be in awe more outwardly of things that I'm like at some point I was on the coast this week, I don't know, my time's effed up this week, and there was like 1,000 seals. Like 1,000 seals just playing in the water and barking. And I've seen a seal here and there in the ocean, like California or at SeaWorld, but I never seen like 1,000 seals all barking in a cove. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And allowing myself to like lean into that moment, like if I were like 10-year-old me with the excitement of that thing, or like I got to pull an apple off a tree. I didn't. Somebody pulled it off and handed it to me. I already felt like I was fibbing. Somebody pulled it off and handed it to me, but I was so like in awe of the situation, even though immediately I was like, I don't know if I like this kind of apple. It seems like it's mealy. It's weird. Apple came up again. But anyway, I think like it's super important us just in life, like even in Yellowstone, if Thomas's or in Yellowstone, or if you're going to a theme park or having a great meal, to just be in awe of it. And I'm like leaning into the like, I really like this right now. I'm so happy for this thing, whatever it is. And even that, it's like LARPing in the opposite direction. Like you're still like leaning into like, I mean, some people could just be like, bitch, it's just an apple. But it's just like, how cool. I don't get to pull an apple every day off a tree.
Even if you're surrounded by like something that should make you feel small, but even like when we're at Yellowstone, there were so many times. There was one place that we went to, they were just like overlooking some waterfall. But after we got there, there was like a whole film crew that shows up, and they're filming like these two Native American women, and like they start doing like all these like sun rituals, but they've got like a film production crew back there. And we're just like, and I understand they were like shooting something, but it was just like, imagine just coming to one of these places and now it's like, it's all about me. Look at me in front of this waterfall. Like they were able to take the outside world and like inject it and like impose it on everyone else that was around there. It's just like, wow, how like we're so small, aren't we? And then all of a sudden the camera crew shows up.
And it like takes away from I imagine it's similar. I don't know why it made me think of immediately like Abbie being at the gym and then an influencer being next to her while she's trying to really get her workout on. And then somebody's like, hey, you guys, I'm at the gym. I'm going to take my and Abbie's like, "Are you fucking kidding?"
I've watched people go live at the gym before, and I'm like,
You're like, I'm trying to get out of this spot right now. Like, I had my very first, like, in a pampering yesterday, I had my very first facial yesterday, and it would have been equivalent to her being, like, doing my little facial, and then all of a sudden I'm in with my eyes shut and cucumbers, and I just hear her be like, okay, everyone, if you want to look right here, right now, I'd be like, what the fuck?
What is going on right now?
It's equivalent to being out in nature like that, and somebody just invades it with like a Ferris wheel.
But no one could stop them because the government was shut down.
Also no chemtrails for the entirety of the government shutdown, and I swear to you, it was like they came back with a vengeance.
I've seen. I was like,
I feel like at
fucking
this
liars.
point,
Government shutdown where?
Over my area, I did not see chemtrails for like, it felt like a month. I felt like I felt better. I didn't realize how psychosomatic to me it was. Even insane to me, like how little I saw them. Like I know for a fact the amount I colored and drew as a kid, I would have painted chemtrails. Like it would have just been my normal to put, instead of just these kind of clouds and these kind of clouds, I would have drawn these, because I was such an observant little kid. And so there's just a triggering. I didn't see them for so long. And when I was leaving Florida to go to Oregon, we had this weird cloud cover that day. And I was like, huh, strange. We get above the clouds. I swear to you, I was next to a chemtrail. And I was like,
you could, they look black in this when you're in the airplane. It's gross.
I felt so insulted, like they had sneakily been doing this the whole time above these clouds.
Above the clouds.
Yeah, and like I couldn't see it, and it like hurt my heart in a way, but I also feel like I'm so psychosomatic that I immediately started to feel a way about it, but it also hurt my heart. Like this is not okay to be dropping these chemicals.
I can't help but ask the question, wind blows, things spread. Like, how are these people who are in control of this realm, like walking around like, they're not spraying shit? Like, are they not in fear of like their kids being harmed by it? Like, do they have like an antidote to something? Do they have special HEPA filters that we're not
I don't
aware
think they
of?
understand what they're doing, because like there was that Operation Sea Spray where they went and just dumped bacteria out off the West Coast to see how far inland it would make it, but it like made it so far and affected so many people that I don't think the people that planned these things realize how far it really will spread.
And it's like 20-year-old kids. Like, always think back to like how young we were and how young you are when they ask you to join the military. And then it's like so many of the people doing all these things. I know they're grown-ups being 25, but to me, that's just such a kid. Like your full
Yeah, but
concept
like,
of what's actually going on or what's the
and you have
full thing happening.
all these states who are like trying to ban it and like they're creating a documentary about it. It's like, at what point? Like now they're spraying the waters. Like there's video footage of people seeing airplanes going over these bodies of waters and lakes and rivers and streams, just spraying some kind of fucking shit all over these bodies of water. They're spraying the skies. It's like there's no escaping whatever they're doing. And yet they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna do it. It's not harmful. It's okay. But like it's in the air. Like, what are they doing?
Layla, did you see the
New
Aurora
vaccine.
Borealis? Did you guys
That
see
was
the
an
Aurora
Aurora
Borealis?
Borealis. I don't care what they say. That is not Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, that's like harp. And
That's
Wasn't
a
it weird though?
chemical.
On our last, like, I don't know what Secret Society of Good Guys or if it was off air, but when we had this idea for episode 100, we were like, we're gonna go see the Northern Lights, and then
Going
an
to
article,
Iceland.
an article
well,
came out that it's like
yeah.
you could see the Northern Lights from Orlando.
Well, and then
And I
there,
was
okay,
like,
but it was
what?
red this time, which was weird, and it so had
And
the
green.
whole Vecna with thing of it, like from Stranger Things,
Yeah.
like the
And I
Vecna
forgot
vibes. And
what
there was this whole,
mountain. I think somewhere, I think it's Alaska, some weird phenomena happened where this cloud of either smoke or something, it was like a rainbow thing over this peak of this mountain in Alaska that happened. And I'm like, a rainbow fucking fake Aurora Borealis. And I'm like, it seems chemical. Something's off. Like, something like oil slick. It's giving me oil slick rainbow. That.
That's a good band name.
Oil slick rainbow.
Yeah, but it seems like it'd be two people and one would be on like a keyboard and then like the other one would just do like. Anyways, do you guys have anything you want to plug?
I'm teaching a dreaming webinar on Sunday through the Transurfing School group with. So you have to join the school group. It's behind a webinar or a pay scale or a pay wall, and yeah, I'm teaching it. So if you want to
Tell
learn
people how to
about dreaming
find
and
it.
lucid dreaming, the school app SKOOL, and yeah, if you want to find out about it, just reach out. I'll share the link in the
She'll
Project
share the
Chaney
link on
Telegram.
X and on
yeah.
her story. So make sure you're following Abbie if you're interested in her dreaming workshop, because this will be the first of many. So,
Perhaps.
Thomas, you have anything going on?
Always.
He always does. Yeah.
The new big, I guess the new one is leesdemons.com, LEES demons.com, and it's a 160 page, I think, 160 page graphic novel I've been working on for like 7 years about Lee Harvey Oswald being trained by Papa Legba, who's like a voodoo spirit. And he's
Yeah.
been trained by Papa Legba to fight demons and steal their hearts and use their hearts to make magic bullets. And he ends up trying to save JFK, and it goes horribly wrong. I don't think that's a spoiler alert because everyone knows that JFK dies at the end. But it's a book that I've been working on for the better part of a decade, and it's finally round in the corner. I'm finally getting the last like 80 pages colored and getting it all lettered. But I've got a Kickstarter page set up now, so if you want to be notified when that launches, maybe next year, probably more than likely like early 2027. But you can go and sign up now because as soon as it gets to 200 people, I'll launch it.
Hold on one sec. This is so nerdy, you guys. I did not know this wasn't up.
What?
Because I had this, but is it still? Yeah. But I didn't realize it wasn't on the screen till I just came back here, and I'm glad I didn't pull it down already. So
Yeah,
you
I've been
guys,
working on this for a really, really long time. And the artwork's phenomenal. The artwork has got like
super
this
cool.
1940s, 50s halftone retro vibe to it, but
I
it's
love the
modern.
Papa Legba of it all. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's awesome too. So you guys should definitely, and everything that Thomas puts out is always top notch. So if you guys, and you learn about it too with all the research being done for you. So
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
so this comic, even though it's Lee's Demons and you see Papa Legba and Lee Harvey Oswald, but it gets into Jack Parsons. It gets into Sidney Gottlieb of the CIA. It does a whole backstory on George Morenshilt, who was also working for Zapata Oil and the Bush family, but he had a connection between Lee Harvey. He had a connection with the original Jackie Bouvier when she was like younger. It's got Jolly West in it. I don't know a lot of comic books that have Jolly West in them. It has a whole backstory about Jack Ruby. It follows Lee Harvey Oswald to all the different countries that he was stationed at in the military. So it's very, very thorough, at least in terms of the angle that I'm spinning for this one. I think there's some more previews if you keep scrolling down.
oh, okay. Hold on. Let me go back to this page. Oh, awesome.
So it's kind of like a historical fiction horror comic.
Mm.
And you see a person eat a live pig.
Long meat?
I was going to ask how fun and esoteric it got as you started to list these names of what these people are up to, because it seems so crazy.
Yeah, no, they summon like literal demons, so it gets pretty occult. And this is Jack Ruby and his club putting on this like occult Egyptian play.
I'm almost glad that came up at the end, because that's part of the reason of these tablets that I think is just so curious. It's like they almost broke off the part that there's like, here's this little part of history where you get this like Cleopatra or these supposedly real people. But then it was like all these ways to conjure the deities and these powers the elite were going to keep for themselves. And then that's what we've been living under. It's like them doing these weird rituals so they can constantly conjure these deities for world riches and fame or power or knowledge. I don't know.
Demon literally means to divide.
Divider.
Mm-hmm.
Uniter and divider. That's two easy words to
Divider and
about it.
provider.
Well, even, yeah, where people sometimes don't like the word good and bad because it's like so subjective. So uniting and dividing would be like different kinds of subjection. Maybe. Layla, do you have anything going on this week?
Just that Thanksgiving dinner thing, and I think the news is going to cover that. First, they just like us, I guess.
Yeah, you
But
guys,
we inspired a lot of people to like do it too in the community, which opens
go
a
On
lot.
find-
national?
Hmm?
Like when you were on TV, was it local or was it national?
It was local, and then it was Fox News. I think local Fox News, not the main Fox, but
we have a bunch
local.
of sleuths. You guys can go find this and like it and share it and do it. Like the people watching this, if like 10% of them went, it would pop the algorithm a little bit.
Yeah.
So it just helps. It's about to be Thanksgiving. Why not?
Do something nice.
Yeah,
Why not?
let's slip some Secret Society Good Guys stickers in with those Thanksgiving meals.
Or you could just put
Yeah.
a bunch of stickers around the cans of food that you're giving people.
I'll put them in each bag.
Like,
It
what the
can be
hell is
like
that?
bag or box, everything. And
I
just
don't
stick
think I
one
have
in there.
anything going on this
Besides your birthday.
besides my
Besides your
birthday.
birthday.
Scorpion season, y'all. Like, I don't know why I thought it was going to be kinder to me. Like, I'm a scorpion. It's going to be so kind. Even today when I was sitting there with both my arms again, because I felt like last week I got a blood draw, which usually is really easy in my hand. Just boom, boom, and we're done. But the lady, like, fucked me up. And then she popped my vein, and then she had to do this hand. And so I felt like I was stigmatized. And
Did
then
they ever
today-
do that to you and then act like it's your fault? Like
Dude.
it's your vein that's like hiding from them, and it's not that they just don't know what they're doing.
You just have rolling veins, or
I've
yeah,
had
or
every time
you
I've
must be
had
really
that, yeah, someone will be
dehydrated.
like, "Oh, why are your veins so hard to hit?" Like Isn't this your job? Like my veins
Yeah.
are doing what they're supposed to do.
I'm not a rocket scientist, but I know what going parallel with the skin looks like as opposed to going straight down into my goddamn tendons.
Yeah.
So and for me, I just feel like if you look at my veins like in here, one, I have an adversity. I don't know what it is. I feel like I'm going to accidentally bend my arm, or even when I get an IV in here, I feel like I can feel the tube the whole time and it makes me feel away in my stomach. So I just am like, I have the plumpest veins in the top of my hands. Fucking do work, homie. It's so easy. I just always think I'm doing it easier for them. But then after, when I hit my 2 arms today on the door, I felt like a full scorpion on the ground, like in an arched position of like, I'm in so much pain holding my arms in this weird way that I was just like, oh, scorpion season, like shaking my fist, but kind of laughing. Like, I see you. I see
I like
you.
Scorpio season.
Oof. It's a lot. I'm excited for Archer season. I'm like, bring in the fire.
Hell
Like
yeah.
this flood is so crazy. I am ready for like light it up. Time for the cleansing. Everybody thinks
Yeah.
water is cleansing, but it ain't. It's the fire that really purifies.
Water's emotional as fuck.
And I feel like also there's a weird balancing. I'm not one of those people that I think, oh, I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm never one of those people. But I do think sometimes you don't realize, like, when everything's really good, also maybe your lawnmower shit out. Like the universe, God, whatever the scales are of life, they just have a weird way of balancing. So in all of my pain, as I was sitting there really like, I am going to throw up, I felt like I don't have anything to compare it to. It was so drastic and so much. I thought I broke both my arms at the same time. Like, it was so overwhelming. And I was just like, oof, things are going to be very good.
That
Like,
was
I
me
was
on
sitting there
Tuesday.
knowing that was
You were
my.
absorbing your spade cards.
I think I just wrote to somebody too. Somebody reached out to me, Emily Moyer. I haven't talked to her in a little while.
She was in the chat, by the way.
Yeah. She
Well, shout
reached
out
out
Emily.
to me and we were just chit chatting and she was just like, hey girl, what's up? How's life? And I was like, a 10 of 10. Like, dude, within like 10 minutes, it was like, oh. Jules always says that she knows how hurt I am by how long I'm silent. And she says, I didn't make a noise for like a full 60 seconds. Like my breath just left me completely. And I was just like,
Yeah.
anyways.
That happened to me on Tuesday where I became nauseous and pain and actually knocked out. I passed the gallstone apparently through And I just had a reaction to it. And it was weird, like the feeling of passing out, what you see before you pass out. It's almost like a mandala, but like not. It's weird. And then, came to, but I was just like limp, like done. Whatever
like
the
a
fuck
fighter.
happened, like done.
It was like the first thing my head thought of. I hit my arms and something weird went through my body and I was like, I'm going to be sick. And then all I thought was like, my floor is so hard. And so it was like, I took 2 steps and at first I went forward onto my couch and then I was so hot and pale. I like just immediately laid on my floor and it was like, I felt my eyes rolling back into my head and that I was fighting staying conscious. It was, I never had
Probably
that feeling
some
before.
kind of pain or something.
Dude,
like trauma to
it
your, like,
was
main veins.
It felt like it hit the same spot that whatever your funny bone hits, where it like,
Like a
oh my gosh,
nerve.
it hurts through your whole arm where your fingertip hurts.
Yeah.
I felt like it hurt all the way from my shoulder points, like all the way down to the tips of my middle fingers. It did something to a nerve in both arms that it was like, it was all because I slipped on my Britney slide. I tripped
Passing
on
a
my Britney shoes.
gallstone feels almost like a weird poop cramp or a period cramp. I don't know how to explain it. I
think
It was
that's where
like
we should leave it.
Yeah. So when you're passing gallstones, Abbie gave me a remedy: olive oil and lemon juice. So
Was it helpful?
It does.
I don't know yet.
It lubricates
Acid
the bile ducts
lubrication,
and it
break it
makes
down and pass it.
I'm I'm
stopping it.
ordering pressed olive juice. Like I want non-refined. I want like
Yeah.
good olive juice from like either Greece or God knows where. Like I want it shipped, imported, and I want to see that deep, rich color.
Your system needs real olive juice
Mm-hmm.
more than our processed American systems. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I need.
We love you guys. Make sure you turn it down because Juliette Lewis do come hard. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you very soon. And we will see each other live, and we'll record it. Like we are planning that it will be happening. We just want to figure out where. So okay,
Yes.
XOXO. See you soon.
Blah 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 blah.
Can't you save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys.
You're still here? It's over.